Good afternoon and welcome to McPherson Park here in Melton for the big McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League Ballarat Toyota match of the day between the top-placed Melton taking on the sixth-placed East Point, reigning premiers, dual reigning premiers from 2018 and 19 in what promises to be an incredible game of football. We're up here in the new pavilion here at McPherson Park, which looks incredible. It's a great viewing complex. There's a lot happening at this ground. There's another ground going up behind us that looks magnificent. And what a day to celebrate. They've got their grand final premiership reunion from 2000 and 2001, past Players' Day and Sponsors' Day out here at McPherson Park. So it promises to be a ripper. But I would stay indoors or in your car and watch this because it is a top of 10 degrees out here. And my co-commentator for the afternoon, Kyle Pover, is rugged up like an Eskimo.
Thanks, Brad. It's good to be back, and I apologise to the viewers at home. I was a little bit under the weather last week, had a severe case of the man flu, which everyone... we'll wait for that siren to finish off. Yeah, had a severe case of the man flu last week, Brad. So, really serious issue, the man flu.
Well, it won't get any better today, Kyle.
No, I am feeling better, but I've still got a bit of a croaky voice, and so got the Vicks vapor drops and the butter menthols and plenty of tissues and all that kind of stuff. But looking forward to a great day of footy, as you said, Brad. And I was speaking off air earlier. I think Melton are the real deal. I'm not saying anything anyone's not surprised with because they're coming off the previous 2 years where they've finished top four both years, lost by a kick in a grand final, and then went down in a prelim. So I'm not telling anyone anything new, but I really do think that in a tight competition, if you have a look at the statistics, they're a 5-goal better side than any other side, I think.
Going to be a great day of football, that's for sure. And there's many other games, 4 other games, in fact, in the Ballarat Football Netball League this afternoon. All day games today, kicking off at 2:15. And the first one, Ballarat are at home taking on Darley, Lake Windaree at home taking on Sebastopol, Redan at home to Bacchus Marsh, and Sunbury are at home just up the road against North Ballarat. And we're here for the big one here at Melton, McPherson Park, between Melton and East Point. We will have scores from around the grounds throughout the day. We'll keep you up to date. The last time that these two teams met, Kyle, was in a semi-final of 2019 where East Point ran out 37-point winners, 12-19-91 to Melton's 8-6-54. But as you said, Melton are a different side today than what they were 2 years ago.
They are, and as we spoke about just before, their defence this year has been outstanding. They're not letting teams score against them, despite giving teams opportunities. They're quite a low possession team, Melton, but they move the ball so quickly and they give their dangerous small forwards a chance. And when you've got blokes like Kevin Clicks, Jordan Kite and Braden Kite down forward as your 3 crumbing forwards, it's a dangerous prospect when the ball's moving in that quickly. And particularly Braden and Kevin Clicks, Braden Kite and Kevin Clicks, they're both so handy in the air as well. So they're a difficult matchup, which I think today that if they can nullify their influence, East Point, I think that'll be the difference.
Both sides have definitely got their injury problems, and we're not seeing either side at their best today, that's for sure. For me, the ruck duel is going to play a huge part here, where Melton have lost both ruckmen and they've just recently lost Ashton Clone. So they're going with part-time ruckman. Nathan Dowdy will have a go there. Brett McIntyre was in there last week, and even Bailey Mawson had a crack in the ruck. So they'll spend time on 3 part-timers, losing their 2 top liners. And for the East Point side, Joel Van Meel is in the ruck for them. So that's going to play a huge part here today, whoever can give their midfield first use of it. So if it's guys for East Point such as Rodimer Onus, if he can get his hands on it, along with Matty Johnson, who was very good against even though they lost last week against Bacchus Marsh, And then you've got Ganley on the wing, Jordan Taylor in the middle, these type of guys. But then you go over to Melton and their midfield. Jack Walker's having a good season. Lachlan Phillips will spend time in there. Braden Kite starts forward but will come into the midfield. And then out on your wing, young Kyle Borg and these type of guys, Jack Syme. They'll all go through the middle. It's going to be interesting. Who's the power forward? Who's the forward, Kyle, that's going to kick goals for either side? Right now it looks like McDougall for East Point and the boy in Lukic are the two prongs there that they'll go for. And Melton, it's the Carter brothers, Ryan and Liam.
Yes, absolutely. As we see, looking at James Lukic being named at centre-half back, not a
chance it's happening.
We spoke about that off air. I think that's playing funny buggers there. But, I certainly think Lukic for East Point. McDougall's out, I believe. Is he?
No, he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing. McDougall's another one that's going to be massive influence for East Point. He's had an okay start to the season. But yeah, I mean, condition-wise, we've had a tiny bit of rain, but the radar shows nothing for the rest of the day. So fingers crossed the rain stays away. Hopefully the wind, which currently it's as still as anything. However, when we arrived this morning, Brad, that breeze, I felt like getting back in my car and turning back down the highway.
It was as cold as a mother-in-law's kiss here when we got here this morning, that's for sure. Wasn't nice. Hey, the other one that we called Melton in round 2, and who we didn't see play that day, and I'm really looking forward to him today for Melton up forward, is Clicks. Kevin Clicks, the forward from Deer Park, played in a couple of premierships.
He did, yes. He's, like I spoke about earlier, very similar sort of player to his skipper in Braden Kite. Plays that small to medium forward type role as the siren goes off again. So it's just another avenue to goal for a team that, as we spoke about, is moving the ball so quickly when going inside 50. And through my role at Red Onion, Brad, both Kite and Clicks, I'm not sure if they've featured in the top 5 plays just yet, but I feel
Kite has a couple of times.
Kite has. Well, there you go, because I reckon just about every second highlight we're looking at is one of those two. So there are human highlights reel between the two of them. And as I said, I think if they get on top, I think it's Melton's games to lose. But if East Point can nullify their influence, particularly when Kite moves up the ground a bit and goes inside. Goes on ball for a spell. If they can shut him down, then I think that goes a long way to winning the game.
Yeah, I think round 2, when we called them out at Sunbury, Braden Kite might have taken the mark of the year, got as high as a kite, didn't he? Probably mark of the year. It's going to take a bit of beating, that one, that's for sure. In the earlier games here this morning, we had the under-19s in East Point, were 14-8-92, ran out big winners over Melton 4-6-30, and in the reserves game, a close game, 7-7-49, East Point, 10-point winners over the Melton side, 6-3-39. We're not far off from a start. The teams are still warming up, though. One thing here, there looks like there is a decisive breeze to the right end side of your camera. We'll call that the netball court end by the looks of it. And up the other end, there's a magnificent synthetic grass complex behind here. This really is a fantastic setup, and it's only half done. Once this is finished, Kyle, it is going to be a fantastic sports precinct.
It definitely will be, Brad. We were speaking about it just this morning, saying it was a little bit weird that when they built these rooms, they didn't factor in that we could be potentially looking directly into the sun. We asked the question of Brad Jamieson, the football manager at Melton, and he said, yeah, that's because we're getting a brand new ground to play on out the back next season. So well done to the Melton Bloods Footy Club and being able to secure the funding to create such a state-of-the-art facility.
Don't forget, this broadcast is brought to you by Ballarat Toyota. Get down and see Daryl Crawley and the crew out at 19 Creswick Road, Ballarat. It's not too far away. The all-new Kluger arrives June the 2nd. Looks like a magnificent car. You can actually get it in the hybrid, which is a really good setup, Kyle. When you're coming from Ballarat out to Melton, just get that. As soon as you hit the 100 Ks, off goes the petrol, the electric takes over, and you're a hybrid.
Well, Brad, I'm in the market for a new car.
That's where you go.
Just for the viewers at home, not that anyone probably cares, but not only was I sick last week, but I had not one but 2 cars break down on me in the space of 48 hours. So they say bad things come in 3, and I copped it last week. So I'm in the hunt for a new car. So if they can look after me at Ballarat Toyota, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I'm sure Daryl Crawley is listening to the broadcast as we speak, so he'll be the guy to give a call. Hey, I'll tell you what, talking of cars too, Kyle, I haven't been out of the danger zone there either. I had a car accident in Melbourne 8 weeks ago, and only yesterday I picked up my car. But I must say, a very big thank you for all the guys out at Goldfields Collisions in Ballarat. Wasn't their fault it took so long. It was my car's parts had to come from America, and in this day and age with COVID, that took a little bit longer, and they were magnificent. They kept me in the loop all along through the process, so they made it very easy.
That's exactly what you want. Unfortunately, they got a bit of a bad name, the used car salesmen and mechanics and that industry. So it's always good when you can get a reliable group. So they're few and far between, I think, these days. I won't go into it, but I had a few issues with one of my mechanics. But now all sorted, and yeah, hopefully Ballarat Toyota can fix me up with a new Kluger.
That'd be that'd be the place to go. Yes, the old Daryl Crawley out there at Ballarat Toyota. 19 Creswick Road, the all-new Kluger, June 6. The two teams, or Melton, are just coming in together now for their what has become quite... what's the word I'm looking for, Kyle? The embrace before they're about to go in. There's always this come in and embrace, and it looks like this might get underway a little bit late, but just quickly before we go on to, I know this is the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League, but we must touch on the game last night where you're a St Kilda supporter, I'm a St Kilda supporter, and our learned cameraman Brock Wilson is a St Kilda supporter. 5 goals, 17 last night. Kyle, was that one of the worst performances in front of goal you've ever seen?
Yep. That's bad kicking is bad football, Brad. And
I think you watched it with an ex-St Kilda player too, just quietly, didn't you?
I did, yes. He was laughing at me a few times at the frustrations that I was getting. And as I said to him at the time, I said, mate, Brett Ratton would have been wrapped with he went in with a clear plan. They executed it perfectly, except they just could not finish in front of goal. And it does not matter what level of football you are playing. If you cannot put it through the 2 big sticks, you are not going to win the game. It is as simple as that. Yeah,
it certainly is. And we called a great game between Redan and Ballarat a few weeks ago out at City Oval. And I remember making the comment that day that Redan is one of the best kicking sides I've seen in a long, long time. And I really believe they might be as good as footballers as St Kilda, but I'll tell you what, they are definitely better kicks of the football than St Kilda.
Well, as we know, Brad, unfortunately, particularly at AFL level for the last probably 10 to 15 years, it's being an athlete first.
Yes.
Then you need to be able to apply pressure, and then the skills are coming in third. And unfortunately, the way I look at it is your fitness can be taught. You can train that into someone. Someone can get fit quite easily, getting Ks into the legs. You can't teach people with that prowess around goal and technique and good skills. And it's just so basic. But, of course, we're just your everyday mug, Brad, that what would we know? But unfortunately, I really do think it's something that, particularly with the new rules, I think that people who can kick and are good decision makers are going to be a dime a dozen going into the future now.
Now, it looks like Nathan Dowdy will start in the ruck for the Melton side with Ashton Crone out. He's gone straight in the middle. It will be, looks like Lockie Phillips is going to be in the middle too. And just as we're about to start this game, the sun has glaringly come out right in our face, which is going to make calling quite tricky. Also, you've got Tom Button starting in the middle, and it will obviously be Jack Walker as well for the Melton side, who has had a very, very good season as Jack Walker. If you can just have a look at a couple of matchups, if you can, Kyle, on predominantly who takes Kevin Clicks for Melton. They are going to kick right of screen Melton here at McPherson Park. Young Kyle Borg has gone to a wing and Aiden Nestor has picked him up. So the intriguing thing is going to be some matchups here today because sides are so undermanned. Lukic is starting in the middle, who has played forward all year. They picked him in the side at centre-half back. We knew that wasn't going to happen. And we are just about to get underway. And the ruckman for East Point will be Christopher Harry, which is different as well. They get a quick kick out of the middle from Rodimer Onus. They go forward, the East Point side, flicked out the back, trying to pick that up there for East Point, but couldn't, was Whitaker, the co-captain with Matt Johnson. We'll have a bounce down, about 55 around from the East Point goal, kicking up to left of screen. Comes out now, hands out, quick kick forward. There's Clicks there. He knocks the ball forward, tackled, then is met quite heavily from front on. Picked up by Roberts for Melton, feeds it back. Taken high was Crofts, not paid. Now he'll go inside 50, looking for a teammate and finding the boy there in Suda, who's also had a good season. Suda is definitely the favoured end to the right, of which Melton is kicking. He's right on 50. He's undecided what to do. He's getting a lot of instruction from his teammates. But it looks like he's either got to sit this point of square or get it. And what has he done? He's gone to the point of the square, but a good mark in defence right in the last line for East Point by Mitch Walsh. He goes short out to Lovig. Lovig in the right back pocket. Goes short again. Poor kick. Borg's there to mop up for Melton. Young Kyle Borg played his debut in round 2 for Melton. It's not a great kick. A grubber. Clicks is there. He's tackled. Hit high. Not paid. Handball comes out now. But it's chopped off for the Melton side in Button. Button has a fresh area. East Point through the hands of Brown has his handball smothered right on the boundary line. The boundary umpire says that's out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. Early stages of the first quarter here at McPherson Park. It's hard to see anything with that sun glaring in the eyes as it comes in. East Point player all wrapped up.
Looks like
by Phillips.
Aaron Hayes has gone to Clicks for that matchup you're looking for.
Okay, that will be interesting. He's played through the wing and is a really offensive player. That will be interesting. Maybe they're going to see if Clicks will go with him and run off half back as they get a quick kick out. Hands out towards Dullenberg. He can't take it. The boy there in Crofts is all wrapped up for Melton. The umpire will say we'll bounce that down. It's right on centre wing position in front of these new magnificent rooms here at McPherson Park. Up it goes. Easy tap there for the boy in Harry. Not a normal ruckman, I would have thought, but did well then against the young Dowdy. Again, that was round 2. Nathan Dowdy made his debut for Melton when we called that one for Sunbury 3 weeks later, and he's in the ruck. Big ask.
Yeah, definitely. I don't mind the ploy from East Point, though. Effectively just playing an extra on bowler by playing a non-recognised ruckman. And
they've got the big fella in Lukic in the middle as well. He's another big-bodied boy around the middle. Obviously, they'll try to exploit them there. As the ball comes out to Rodimer Onus. Handball's out towards Johnson. He can't take it. Fumbles. He's tackled by Borg. The umpire will control that again. In fact, it was Nestor at the bottom of the pack there. Up it goes. Dowdy grabs that one out of the ruck. Just gets his left foot to it. Nice hands out from Phillips. But Crofts can't take the ball. Now it's for Murphy for the East Point side. Goes to the wing, finds Nestor. Great tackle by young Borg. The umpire says, yeah, I'll reward that. Incorrect disposal. So Kyle Borg will take the free kick. Centre wing position. Early stages still. A kick smothered there by Nestor. Comes out to the boy in Cotter. Cotter still there. Umpire's pulled another free kick. And it's going to go back to Borg again. Ball quickly plays on, goes for a high kick looking for Clicks, but coming at the back there was Harry, punches away. Quick hands out from Walker to Clicks, he's wrapped up. Good tackle there by Hayes. And that is a definite close checking roll that Hayes has, Kyle, on Clicks.
I think so, and I think he was spot on. I think they're going to look to run off Clicks with ball in hand, and he's probably got the match up in size in the air as well, so it's not a bad idea from the East Point coaching staff.
Lukic gets a hurry kick up towards the wing, looking for Darlenberg. He's wrapped up by Cotter. We'll have another bounce down, centre wing position. I would imagine with the way the breeze is playing here today, most of the play will be played on this side of the ground. Again, he takes the ball out of the ruck, does Dowdy. Quick hands off from Button, intercepted by Darlenberg. Gives the hands out, looking for a teammate Nestor. Gives it to Johnson, he's wrapped up three-way. Tackle, gets it out, though, to Lukic. Lukic to Nestor on the outside. Lowers some eyes, gets a kick just inside 50 to the running boy there in East Point for Ganley. That's Jack Ganley, goes for a kick across to the other pocket. And East Point all wrapped up, getting tackled from a couple of players there in Melton, and one of them was Lachlan Walker.
I think Ganley had every right to just keep running, maybe another 5 or so metres and have a shot on goal there. Tried to do the team thing and go top of the goal square, but sometimes you probably just need to finish the job yourself.
Up it goes. Young Mawson's going to take the ruck, another part-time ruckman for Melton. Quick kick out to the outer wing. That seems a long way away. Big ground this one, Kyle, as they go inboard. Just keeping his feet and then getting it inside 50, looking for Clicks. Hayes from behind gets a fist to it, nearly marks it. Now it's picked up by Walker. Carter. Ryan Carter has a shot on goal, misses to the right. I've got to get that right. I think I called Liam Walker all game against Sunbury. And that's the first score on the board, and that will be a behind to Melton. They're one behind. East Point yet to score. It'll be Hayes that'll bring the ball back into play for East Point. Goes the kick, but chopped off there for Melton. Oh, flying high from the back was Kite. Couldn't take the mark. In fact, the umpires paid a free kick. East Point now come out to this side of the ground to Harry Ganley. Been good since coming across to East Point. Oh, shocking kick, but was able to find Whittaker, luckily. His hurry kick, quick hands out from Button. Gets it off to his teammate and Hickey. Hickey with a long high kick towards the goal mouth, picked up by Carter. That's Liam, goes inboard, looking for a teammate in Phillips. He can't hold the mark. We have a barrage of players all over that, and the umpire will bounce that down, 30 out from the Melton goal.
Yeah, gee, I'm trying to be unselfish, but I reckon in that situation, you just take the kick yourself, take your time, step around the corner and bend it through.
One behind on the board only, and that's to Melton. In this quarter, hurried kick on the left foot, snap from... I'll tell you what, he's got that. And I reckon it was Button. No, it wasn't Button. Very hard to see over there. And running back towards the middle. See if you can pick him up, Kyle.
I've got my eyes on to see who it was.
Just like him to turn his back, and then we'll get him. Yes, it was Lachlan Hickey with the first goal of the game. That takes them. Melton, 1-1-7. East Point yet to score. That is on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Pretty even battle so far in the ruck, Brad, I've noticed.
8 minutes gone in the first quarter here at McPherson Park. Big leap by Dowdy, gets it out, but it's Rodimer Onus wins it, but the umpire says free kick. It'll come back. Melton will take that. Looks like Jack Walker, is it in the middle? Gets a kick inside 50. Pack of players comes to the front. Hurried kick out for East Point towards the centre of the ground. Symes there for Melton. He can't take it. Slips on that pitch in the middle. Quick hands out from Cotter. Crofts there. He's wrapped up. I don't think that's coming out anywhere, and the umpire's going to say, I'll bounce that down up.
Just on Rodimer Onus, Brad, he looks like he's trimmed down a bit since we last called East Point back in round one. Not that he was ever, too unfit, but it's a scary sight when a player with that ability gets a little bit fitter, still with that strength as he bullocks his way through the contest now.
Comes out now to East Point through Brown. Brown goes inside 50. Oh, taking it off the pack. Is that McDougall? Gets a hurried right foot check side kick towards the goal mouth. Whittaker tried to kick that off the ground, but he's missed. A one behind. That's the first score for East Point, one behind. They trail Melton 1-1-7. We're gone nearly 9 minutes, first quarter. Bringing it back into play. Now with a high kick up the wing, looking for Dowdy. Carries over the back of him. He can't take the mark. Umpire's pulled another free kick. This looks like it'll go to Melton, and it'll be Cotter, is it? Or Syme. Syme looks like he might have done a leg here. And they certainly can't do with another injury.
I think it was just a heavy corky, maybe a corked knee or corked thigh. So it might just be a bit of a stinger for a little bit.
On the left leg for Jake Syme. Taking his time getting up, which is never a good sign.
He does have movement in the leg though, so hopefully it is for his sake, just a corky.
Must have been a bad one. They're helping him off the ground, and Cotter will take the free kick. That's Jordan Cotter. Also had a good season. As Cotter, he rarely ever turns the ball over. He's good by foot and calm in a tight situation. So they'll just wait till they can get Syme off the ground before Cotter will take this free kick. We've gone 10.5 minutes. It's a 6-point lead to Melton. They probably want to be more ahead come the first break, Kyle, with that breeze going down that way.
Yeah, definitely. They've had more of the play, but yeah, just haven't capitalised yet. So they take this so far, East Point, I think.
Cotter goes back to Riley Walker, who in turn comes back up the line and finds Hanley. Centre wing position. He'll go short, looking for Liam Carter, and finds him. Right on the boundary line. Goes up towards 50. Rodimer Onus takes his opponent, Jack Walker, out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in 40 around from the Melton goal.
Did well there, Rodimer Onus. Just left his opponent to make that spoil. Could have proved costly, but helps his team regather with another stoppage here. 11.5
minutes gone. First quarter. Clicks, takes that out of the ruck. Jewel gets a left foot to it. Sits up, but the boy there, Ryan Carter, couldn't collect it. Goes out over the boundary line. He looks dangerous, doesn't he, Kevin Clicks?
He's very explosive. He's very explosive and very strong. He's going to be hard to tackle when he gets a full head of steam like that.
Hayes playing him very close at this boundary throwing, which is a good idea. Carter takes it out of the ruck on the left foot. Misses to the right. That was Ryan Carter, gets his first score of the day, albeit a behind. And now that takes Melton to a 7-point lead, 1-8 to East Point 1-7. We've gone just over 12 minutes. First quarters, East Point bring the ball in out over the other side of the ground, and it's Aaron Hayes with it. Hayes, long kick up to the outer wing. Crofts at the back, can't take the mark. Rodimer Onus wins the ball at the front of the pack. Tries to handball it over to Brown. Ball taken out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in outer wing right in front of the old rooms. They tell me many a good night had it over there, Kyle. Earlier in the day, I was talking to a couple of locals and they said they've had some great times over there.
I don't doubt that for a second. I don't doubt that for a second, Brad.
I did see that you don't get a housing loan in Melton without a mullet.
Mullet and tattoos.
Is it?
So I think that's the precursor here in Melton, Brad.
As Thornton takes it away for East Point. Goes out towards the half-forward flank. Has that beaten players out over the boundary line? I think it has. And we'll have a boundary throw in out of side. That looks like an old, what would you call that, a Cam Hill over there? It looks like...
that'd be the corporate box, I reckon, Brad.
Yeah, the corporate box. They look a bit cold out over there, that's for sure. As it comes into play, Dowdy and Van Meel comes to the front. It's Borg, takes it away from Melton, goes up towards 50. Clicks is there. Beautiful pick up. He's tackled quickly though. They're onto him really, really quickly, and he had prior, and the umpire's given the free kick, and that's Murphy. Murphy now will go short. looking for a teammate and finding Lukic. Lukic, defensive 50. Don't see him there that often. Has Ganley on the wing, or between wing and half back. And he takes the mark. That's Jack Ganley, goes short. Finds a teammate in Lovig. Lovig goes in towards the middle of the ground, bustling through 2 and 3 tackles. Just getting his boot to the ball for East Point was Jones. Goes up towards centre half forward. Cotter to Roberts for Melton. Mops up, and they just able to take it away. Now Cooper. Cooper will go short to Jack Walker. Walker between half-back and wing, goes up the wing, sliding in, getting the free kick in the end was Lachlan Hickey. He was pushed in the back. Hickey on the wing. I reckon this wind might have even flicked around a bit. Goes towards Clicks, dives, couldn't take the mark. Ball beats him over the boundary line in front of Joel Gallagher. And it looks like Gallagher's gone to Clicks now, and Hayes has gone back to Carter. So they're swapping the changes. In it comes Dowdy and the boy, big fella there in Van Meel, who wins the tap. All wrapped up. We'll have another bounce down. It'll be Dowdy and Van Meel again. We've gone just over 15 minutes in the first quarter. Big leap by Dowdy. Doesn't win a decisive tap. Comes out the back. And he's been held by the jumper there as Taylor. He'll get the free kick. Taylor on the half-back flank. Gets onto the left foot. No, comes back to the right. Nice little chip up towards the wing. Cross from behind for Melton, though. Was very, very good coming over the back of Lukic and punching that out over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in centre wing position. Big Dowdy from behind. Grabs it out of the ruck against Van Meel. Forced forward now. Quick hands to the outside. Taylor's there for East Point. So is Button for Melton. All wrapped up. Another bounce down. This will happen a fair bit today, I would have thought, Kyle, in windy conditions.
Yeah, definitely. But as I said before, Brad, I think East Point would be relatively happy with this start so far. Melton have been under control, but haven't been able to hurt them on the scoreboard. And as we know from last night, scoreboard pressure is the biggest form of pressure in our game.
Cotter wins a free kick, high tackle on the wing, goes short. Now they're away through the agency of Walker. Beautiful kick and a great diving mark to Melton inside 50. And I reckon is it?
That is the captain in Kite.
It is Kite.
I was actually having a think before this match, Brad. He's up there in the Tony Lockett medal. I think he's coming 3rd or 4th. And I reckon he's got 2 best on ground so far. So he's potentially up there in the Henderson medal as well. So he's having a great season to begin with, skipper. And
he's a chance to make some inroads today as Melton South have the bye. He's missed that to the left, so he could make some inroads on Dylan Conway, who's sitting on 15. Kite is on 10. And that was a behind to the left. It'll be brought into play by Lovig. Goes short. Met head on. Not paid. Rodimer Onus wins the ball. Gets a quick handball out to Nestor. Nestor onto the right leg. Finds his teammate in Walsh. Walsh now goes high to the outer side. Quick kick short towards half forward. They've done well here, East Point, to control the ball.
They have, but I reckon Melton did even better there, just getting their defence back. They had one over the back there, East Point. They just couldn't move the ball quickly enough to get it over the back to him.
They're away through the middle of the ground. Melton looking for Carter. He bends over. Now it comes out. They are away, and this is through Jordan Kite. Jordan Kite sits it up probably a little bit too high for Carter. And they are able to come out and defend over the boundary line. Was Gallagher. Boundary throw in, 50 around from the Melton goal. We've now gone 18 and a half minutes, 8-point lead to the Melton side. The Bloods out here at McPherson Park in the Ballarat Toyota match of the day. Clicks again. Dangerous around the stoppages. Gets the hands out to Walker. High kick looking for Carter. Comes to the front. Well roved, but he's met really solidly was Hickey. And the umpire has said Incorrect disposal. East Pointer away. They quickly get the ball forward, but it's Dowdy. Dowdy for Melton will send it back in quickly. Comes to the front of the pack. Beautifully roved by Billy Jones. Goes to the outer side through Hayes. Hayes now in a 1-on-2. Looks for a teammate on the outer side. Punched away from him. Goes out over the boundary line right in front of the East Point coach's box. Of a boundary throw in.
I like Jones' start to this game from East Point, Brad. He's been sweeping back across half back, trying to be that one that they get the ball in his hands, trying to distribute coming out of that back half.
Harry wins that tap. Not to anyone in particular. Then quick hands out towards the boundary line. Kept in play. Check side kick at goal. Would have been a freakish goal. On the outer side there. It was under enormous pressure. Another behind to the Melton side.
1 goal 5, Max King.
Yes.
Last night.
1-5-11. Lead East Point. 1 behind. We've gone nearly 20 minutes into the first quarter. As Lovig brings the ball back into play. Goes short. Just to the pocket. Is it Jones again on the outer side?
I think it is.
As you say, he's had a fair bit of the ball early. As Jones goes high onto the outer side. Comes out now to Brown. Brown with a hurried kick along the outer wing. Oh, good mark. Whittaker in front of McIntyre. Oh, he looked to play on. Umpire has paid 50, has he? No, he said play on. And he gets a quick kick, goes back to Brown. Brown on the outer side of the ground between wing and half forward. Tries to come in towards the middle or centre half forward position. Finds a teammate and it's Jones again. Oh, clicks, ran down. Beautiful tackle. And Jones didn't see or know what was coming and the little freight train got him.
That's the sort of stuff that just lifts the spirit of your team, Brad. He came from about 60 metres away there, Clicks. Fantastic defensive forward effort.
Goes towards centre half forward, chopped off by Harry Ganley, goes to the outer wing. Now they're going to come back in through the middle to Lovig. Good play. Sets it up looking for the big fella there in McDougall. Can't take the mark. Comes to the front of the pack. Quick hands out. Comes out to the captain in Kite. Off to Cotter. Cotter with a relieving kick out towards McIntyre. He can't take the mark. It's punched away from him. Quick snap forward for East Point. But again, just mopped up in the back half. Now Melton will come to the outer side and look for the big fella in Dowdy. Has a fresh air shot trying to kick that off the ground. And then he's tackled. Now it comes out to Lovig for East Point. He'll send them back into attack. High looking for McDougall. Punched by Walker from behind. Then he mops up. Riley Walker. He'll go short and find the other Walker in the middle of the ground. And that's Jack Walker for Melton. Just able to succumb all that pressure for a couple of minutes and then release the ball with a beautiful kick out to Hanley in the middle of the ground. That wasn't that good towards his teammate and Hickey. Out comes Mawson. He flicks it back out looking for Hanley. Now it'll come out towards Kite, the captain. Gets it back to Hanley. He's tackled by Lukic. Very solidly in the middle. Very physical game early. Kyle.
It is, and as I keep saying, East Point are just taking the punches up against the rope at the moment, but they're still definitely within this game. Melton they're hurting them on turnover, but they just cannot put the score on the board, which could come back to bite them later on in the game.
22 minutes gone, 9-point leaders Melton. Won by Dowdy, but it comes out to Johnson, captain of East Point. Then he's gang tackled by Mawson and Button. Another bounce down. We got that score wrong earlier, or the scoreboard is wrong. It's 1-4-10 to 1 behind. Late in the first quarter here at Melton. Actually 23 minutes gone now. We'll have another bounce down in the centre of the ground. Up it goes. Dowdy with a punch. Tries to clear it, but only as far as Rhoda Ernest. Gives it quickly back to Jones, who, as we've said, has been dominant. Goes for a quick kick looking for Darlenberg, but mopped up by Cotter to Mawson. Mawson now will go up the wing. Finds a teammate in Walker, who's had a lot of it. Goes back to Cotter. Cotter back to Walker. Just waxing these two. Downed as he kicks the ball forward looking for Carter. Quick handball back towards his brother and Liam. Back to Ryan. He's wrapped up by Lovig. Taken out over the boundary line by Lovig and Hayes. And we'll have another boundary throw in. 60 around from the Melton goal.
We speak about Jones for East Point sweeping around half back and giving his teammates good ball use. Cotter for Melton's had a great start to the game. Liked his use off half back as well.
Johnson, quick hands out. He's been good too, as Lovig. Kick up the line looking for Darlenberg. Well spoilt from behind by Melton, and that was Cooper. Centre wing position. We'll have another boundary throw in. Deep in the first quarter here out at McPherson Park. 9-point game to Melton. Comes forward. Quick kick out by Jack Walker. Goes towards Syme. Beats him on the bounce though. East Point trying to mop up was Murphy. Couldn't do so, but he's got a free kick. Drew Murphy at centre half back. Take the free kick for East Point. He's going to go very, very wide and long to the outer side. Finds a teammate in Harry Ganley. Harry Ganley up the line. They go short again. Comes back to Harry Ganley. Just controlling the footy. This is probably all they need to do against the scoring end. High kick looking for Darlenberg. He can't take the mark. And Brown was, or Whittaker it was, taking the ball out over the boundary line.
Just for Ballarat Sports Medicine, Brad, Syme back on the ground. Must have only been a corky, as I said. Seems to be moving a lot freer now.
That's good. 10 points. The lead, Melton, as the ball comes forward. Quick hands out. Johnson has his kick smothered. Gee, they're tackling well both sides. This time it's Cotter laying a big tackle on Brown. Right in front of the old grandstand here at Melton, the outer side of the ground. Up it goes. Dowdy wins a tap close to his feet. It's going to be hard to win this one. Rhoda Onus, if anyone can, he can. Bullocking through. Again, gang tackling Melton. That's the order of the day. And umpire says you're not getting out of that. We'll have a bounce down. Outer wing position. 10-point lead to Melton. And we've gone 26 minutes into the first quarter. Thanks to Ballarat Toyota. Live stream McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League match of the day. Ball comes out to Rhoda Onus, has his kick smothered. Melton will go high forward looking for that boy in Syme. Punch from behind by, looked like Van Meel it was, and then beats all players out over the boundary line. In fact, it's gone out on the full, and Joel Gallagher will take the free kick for East Point. Gallagher now, you just kick this high and long up the line. Try to get a contest. Punch from behind by Cross. Comes forward, quick hands out. But again, gang tackled. And both sides tackling has been super impressive in the first quarter here. Up it goes. Dowdy wins it forward. Going in hard was Phillips. Gets it out towards that Syme, and he's tackled. A lot of players around the ball there. Kyle Pova.
Yeah, just a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. Not really getting bang for buck with their dominance early. It's even up the last few minutes, though. I think East Point is starting to get it back on their terms a little bit. They're probably just struggling going inside 50 at the moment, though, I think, Brad.
Suter was wrapped up. We'll have a bounce up again. Around centre half forward for Melton. Deep in the first quarter. Comes out to Cotter. Cotter gets his kick smothered by Rhoda Onus. Brown, was Lukic it was. Could have been held without the ball, not paid. Umpire comes in. And he'll bounce that down. Cooper picks himself up off the ground for Melton. Up it goes. Again, Dowdy with a big fist forward. Might have been taken high. Was Lovig. Lovig gets the free kick. Goes to the outer side. Finds a teammate in Walsh. Walsh up the line, and that's quarter time. Low scoring affair here at McPherson Park. Melton 1-5-11 lead East Point 1 behind. So 10-point leaders Melton in the first quarter here at quarter time. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back from the break, we'll go through the solitary goal kicker and some better players, and we'll be ready for the second quarter out at McPherson Park in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League Ballarat Toyota Match of the Day.
You don't give in. You don't give up. You push on when most would have pushed off. You lend a hand, whether a hand was asked for or not. It's called Aussie Spirit for good reason, because it takes spirit to get through times like these. Lucky you've got it in spades. It's what inspires us to be by your side to help. Together we'll get through this. We always do. Search Toyota, here to help.
Every game. Beautiful. Ballarat. Lately, we reached 5 goals down to Sebastopol. And 7 points up. Sunbury 9. They're all close games. Oh.
Try Macca's new honey soy or aioli chicken wraps with 100% Aussie RSPCA approved chicken breast. With new wraps prepared to order, there's more to love at Macca's.
With McDelivery, Macca's comes to you so you can enjoy it at home, fast, safe and contact-free. Search Macca's website for your local delivery partner.
Welcome back to McPherson Park here at Melton, between the big game between Melton and East Point. 1-5-11 Melton lead East Point 1 behind in a low-scoring affair. And they seem to be quite low scores all around the Ballarat Football Netball League today. As we go out to around the ground scores, Ballarat 5-6-36 lead Darley 2-1-13. Out at the Alfreton Oval. Then out at C.E. Brown Reserve, we have Lake Windaree 1-2-8, trails Sebastopol 6-2-38. Out at City Oval, Redan 1-3-9, lead Bacchus Marsh 2 behinds. And out at Sunbury, 1 behind, trail North Ballarat 1-4-10. And of course here we have a conflicted score, 1-4-10 on the app. And the scoreboard has gone back to 1-4-10. It was 1-5-11.
It's gone from 1-5-11
a few
to
times.
1-4-10. So I think now it's right. We'll go with 1-10.
1-4-10. Okay, we'll go with 1-4-10. I'll have to change that. Obviously, only the one goal kicker in this game so far to quarter time, and that was Lachlan Hickey for the Melton side. Better players, who did you think, firstly, for, let's say, Melton?
Really, as I spoke about earlier in the call, Brad, really like Cotter's game off half-back, trying to set up play, which is the way Melton like to attack. They like to move the ball quickly from their back half. Really liked Jones, similar position, playing for East Point across half-back. Maybe turned the ball over a few times and did get caught out here on the half-forward flank with that brilliant run-down tackle by Kevin Clicks. As we just wait for the siren. Now, that tackle from Kevin Clicks, that's the sort of stuff you want your role players doing. To have one of your stars doing an act like that, Brad, it's something that it lifts your team, and it certainly gets the brownie points with the coach and the Melton supporters, because that was, as I said in the call, he came from about 70 metres away to make that tackle. It was a brilliant run-down tackle. So, I think Cotter and Clicks at either end of the ground for Melton, and then Jones coming off half-back for East Point. I think Rodimer Omis, I'm just going to have a look and see as to whether he's getting tagged, Brad. not necessarily one player going to him, pretty similar to the way Sebastopol went about him back in round one. They seem to have a few players going through him, and he's getting his hands on the footy, but he's not really having much of an impact because he's rushed with his possession because he's under constant pressure. So it'd be interesting to see as to whether that was a plan of the Melton coaching staff going into the game.
Yeah, I think the young fella in the ruck for Melton, Nathan Dowdy, had a very good first quarter. He was getting his hands on it first all the time, which was giving their midfield a bit of it. But they defended really well East Point at times, and I thought Lovig up with Billy Jones up back was very, very good. They controlled the footy coming out. They didn't panic a lot. Aiden Nestor, I've liked his game on the wing as well. I think he's been very good, but has his opponent, Kyle Borg, was good too. So that's a really good contest on the wing at the moment that I'm watching between Nestor and the young boy in Borg. So that's been really good. East Point didn't get a lot of the ball forward, so we didn't see a lot yet of McDougall and these type of players up that front end of the ground. Braden Kite went on the ball, started to get a little bit of it. So it'll be really interesting what happens now, being the scoring end to the right of screen, how these forwards stand up now for the East Point side.
Well, that's it, Brad. And as you said, East Point are 100% taking that going into, it's probably, I reckon, a 3-goal breeze. And so to only be 9 points down, they're definitely going to take that. But job's only, well, it's a quarter of the way done. But now they're going to come out in this second quarter and capitalise and put some scoreboard pressure on, which is something that Melton weren't able to do.
Does Jake Bridges change the side around a little bit now going down to that end? Does he move Lukic out of the middle now and get him forward with the breeze getting down that way?
I think so. It certainly seemed like that was a ploy, just to... I'm not going to say he was playing a kick behind the play, but he was up around the contest a lot. And I think now with that slight advantage to the right of screen, I think it's probably best if he plays a little bit deeper. Just trying to have it. Looks like he might be starting in the middle again, potentially.
So he's going to start in the middle again. So that would mean, so they need some big marking power. So what they have got up forward now is Jacob Brown with McDougall. So they have got some big boys that can take a mark. And Whittaker's no slouch either. He's a big boy too. So they've got 3 big fellas that can take a mark. And if they can win the ball out of the centre, I would assume that Jake Bridges at quarter time would have been quite happy. I mean, if you had said to him at the start of the game, Melton will kick with it, we'll keep him to 1-4, you'd be happy.
Definitely, absolutely.
So, just waiting for the supporters to come off the ground before the umpire will throw this in the air. And it'll be Van Meel for East Point against Dowdy for Melton, who I said the quarter time break, I think he was very, very good, the young boy in the ruck. And Nestor's not on Borg now. In fact, it's Thornton that's gone to Borg on this wing. Up it goes. Won by Dowdy. Quick kick forward though by East Point. Comes out towards Ganley. He can't take it. Players will converge on that. And the umpire says, I'll bounce that up. It'll be Dowdy and Van Meel again. Van Meel wins that one, but it's sharked by Roberts. Gives it off to his teammate on the outside in Lockie Walker with a high kick to the outer wing. Looking for Hanley. He couldn't take the mark. Comes out towards Roberts again for Melton. Wrapped up. And we'll have a bounce down right on the boundary line on the outer side in front of the old stand. No one touch that. He's paid a block though, the umpire. It'll go the way of East Point. Quick hands off. They'll go forward towards McDougall. Has it punched away from him by Riley Walker. Quick kick out off the ground. Ooh, was the East Point boy taken high? No. We apologise if you're getting a fair bit of wind coming through the mic now. We do have little buffers on these mics, but that is a strong breeze up here. So that cannot be helped. High kick inside, punched away by McIntyre. Tries to go again, so does Brown for East Point. Darlenberg all over his opponent in Cotter. And the umpire says, I'll bounce that down. We're about 30 metres around, nearly directly in front of the East Point goal. Early in the second quarter. Walker's wrapped up by Johnson. Did he try to get it out? Doesn't matter. The umpire says, I'll bounce that again. Early stages, the second quarter here at McPherson Park. Tapped out towards Cross. Quick hands out, but Lukic. Quick snap at goal. He's going to miss to the right and just stay in for a behind. And a behind to East Point. That's their second. They're 2 behinds. Trail Melton, 1-4-10, early stages of the second quarter. Cotter will bring the ball back into play for the Bloods. Normally very good by foot and a great decision maker. And that one isn't any exception, and a really good mark, one-handed mark from Lachlan Phillips.
He's been all right as well. I think he's been going head-to-head with Lukic in the middle, so good start to the game for Phillips.
Goes up towards Hanley, in between wing and half-back. Hanley now, short up the line, looking for Carter. He takes the mark. That's Liam. Liam right on centre wing position. Umpire tells him to play on. Gets a quick kick in towards Clicks. Clicks now in trouble, able to get the hands out, ducking underneath, and then wrapped up. Did he have Pryor? Was the boy in Button. Gets it out to Jones. Jones is tackled. And the umpire has called a ball up. Right at centre half forward position for the Melton side. Kicking up against the breeze. Van Meel from behind gets the tap. Comes back out. Dowdy. Quick hands. Walker. Hurried kick. High kick. Punched away by Walsh. Quick snap out from Melton by Lachlan Hickey. But he's missed everything. Gone out of bounds on the full. Will have a resultant free kick to East Point. Be taken by Aaron Hayes. Hayes waving players to go to the right towards the wing. They'll come back in towards the captain in Johnson. Had a great game against Bacchus Marsh last week, particularly his first quarter, as he goes to the grandstand side of the ground.
That's a very good hit there, Brad.
It was to Lovig, who's changed the jump, gone off the long sleeves to the short sleeves. Now they go to the outer side. That's a great mark. It was a great kick. I think that's Brad Whitaker. It is. He has a long kick at goal, but he's missed to the left. Great kick, great mark.
It was like that ball movement there, Brad. It was just changing the angles, open the ground up, and just couldn't capitalise.
They'll just need to hit the scoreboard, though. Melton couldn't in that first quarter, kicking down that end of the ground. 1-4-10. They lead East Point, 3 behinds as Cotter will bring the ball back into play. He's going to go to the outer side. No one's going to touch that, and it's going to beat Walker out over the boundary line. But
he did play on, I think.
He did play on, so it won't be a free kick. Boundary umpire will throw that in just outside 50 arc. In it comes. Dowdy falling over Van Meel, gets his tap to the ball, and players fall on top of that.
I think Dowdy's taking the points so far in the ruck battle. Really liked his game so far. He's putting in a great contest, and that's all you can ask from a young ruckman.
Ball comes forward. Tackle without it. I thought it was Jones for East Point, not paid. The umpire ends up paying a free kick, but it's going to go the way of Cotter for Melton. He'll take the free kick in defensive 50. He'll go short. Finds Cooper. Cooper has a paddock to go on with. Does. Low left foot in towards the centre. Liam Carter does well, but then the ball's flicked out from East Point. Ball chops that off, gives it off to Crofts. Chased down by Johnson beautifully. Enables East Point to take the ball away from their defensive half now through Ganley. Ganley has Whitaker on the outside with a short kick. Has another player inside 50. Unchecked is Darlenberg. Runs towards goal and kicks it.
Fantastic ball movement there. They just had that one spare over the back, kept overlapping with the run. Perfect finish there.
Darlenberg gets his first and East Point's first in the second quarter. Takes them on to 1-3-9. Only trail by a point now, 1-4-10 Melton. We've gone 6 minutes. That is on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling.
That was Jack Ganley here on the wing half forward area. Just that split second decision to change where he was going to kick at the last minute and go with the outside the boot over to
Whitaker.
Whitaker then inside with the spare player over the top, and a great finish there for East Point to get on the board.
Probably the passage of the day, no doubt, early in this second quarter as Phillips wins it out. Back to Dowdy. Dowdy with a quick handball over the top, but it's Rodimer Onus. Gets a hurried high right foot kick out towards the half-forward flank. Good punch from behind. Taken out over the boundary line. Might have been pushed in the back. There was Dodd. Not paid. We'll have a boundary throw in centre wing position.
Intensity's lifted a bit so far this quarter from East Point, Brad.
It is up here in the box too, Kyle. We're jogging around to keep warm. As the ball comes back into play. Well done, Van Meel, with a big punch forward, but really well mopped up by Riley Walker for Melton. Goes out towards the wing. Rodimer Onus is there. He'll send it back in now. Oh, great tackle. This has been the treat of the day and the highlight of the day for me so far as the tackling. This time it's Phillips. Phillips plays on now. Goes up towards centre half forward. Carter uses the body well. Then palms it to the front. Clicks is there. Oh, comes out to Rodimer Onus though. He'll hurry the kick inside. Oh, Cotter from behind. Great mark. Good player. As you said, a quarter time, Kyle, probably your best player. And he's started that way again in the second. And again, makes the right decision with good feet to Phillips.
Yeah, he's just got time. Doesn't rush. Wears a long sleeve as well, Brad. You know I love a player wearing a long sleeve. So... bit of a favourite for mine.
Quite smart today doing that as Phillips finds Dowdy. Dowdy, hard to kick that ball well up against that breeze. He keeps it low, but Walsh is able to intercept for East Point. He'll go high looking for McDougall. Coming from behind and punching well was Riley Walker. We'll have a boundary throw in centre wing position. And the Melton side enjoying a 1 point lead, 8.5 gone, second quarter. It'll be Dowdy and Van Meel do battle in this. Up it goes. Dowdy from behind wins the tap at the front. Jack Walker, hurried right foot kick up the line. Oh, well done and smart. Just holding that front spot was Hickey. Hickey now goes onto the left foot, looking for Carter with a high kick. It's all East Point, but they couldn't take the mark. They might get out of trouble here though, as Hayes wraps up his opponent. The umpire says...
Very lucky there, East Point. They had 3 people go up in the marking contest and all the Melton players sat down, but the ball just didn't sit up right for the Melton players and they've been able to force a stoppage.
Good tackle of Hayes on Suda has forced the ball up. Umpire's pulled a free kick out of this and it'll go to Taylor for East Point. Jordan Taylor on the right leg now looking for Whittaker. McIntyre from behind causes some grief, but he's able to hold the mark in between wing and half back. Whittaker goes high and long, right down the line. Oh, here he is again. He just reads the play better than most, does Cotter. Has Riley Walker on the outside and uses him. They're away for the outer side. Going outside, defensive 50. Finds that little, geez, he can run. Borg takes a bounce, takes a second bounce, dares him to catch, then goes along towards the outer side, finds Clicks. Clicks gets the check side on the right leg, but just well mopped up there by Nesta. And Nesta takes the mark right on the last line of defence.
Nearly play of the day there, Brad. That was fantastic there from Borg and then on to Clicks.
Would have been a brilliant goal as Nesta finds Whittaker. Half-back flank. Goes up looking for Brown. Crofts nudges him under the ball. Goes over the back. Crofts able to mop up. No, not clean enough. But able to go back in and under. But Brown's good. Gets it out towards Rodimer Onus. Has... the boy in McDougall, short if he wants him, does Johnson, but he decides to go longer. Unable to hold the mark was Jones. Cotter, able to get them out of defence now. Up towards Liam Carter, comes to the front. Rodimer Onus, tackled by Carter, able to get his leg to the ball quickly. That's Jack Walker, back to Cotter, he's wrapped up. High kick out again from Walker, but it's all East Point and it's Walsh. Walsh will send him high into attack with a big kick. Goes over the back, Riley Walker. Chased down by Ganley. Ganley then mops up, tries to keep the ball in, does Roberts, but takes it out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in only about 10 metres around from the East Point goal. They trail by a point. 11.5 gone, second quarter.
Perfect kick there from Johnson of East Point. Just couldn't hold the mark. Couldn't have done much more there, Johnson, with putting it to his forwards' favourable side.
Van Meel taps it out the back, looking for Brown. Quick kick out for the East Point side in Dodd. Now, hands off, hurried snap. He's got it! That's Brown. And he gets their second. So East Point now are back in the game. Probably have never been out of it. Just in a low-scoring affair. Brown gets his first and gets their second. 2-3-15. They take the lead, East Point, 1-4-10 over Melton. 12.5 gone. That is on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
I think that was Bryce McDougall's goal there. He just stood up in the contest well, took the heat, got the handball out to the outside, and a great finish from Brown.
Yes, another mullet is Brown. Lovely mullet. High kick quickly in again for East Point. McIntyre does battle with Whittaker. He's wrapped up. Brown just steals it. Gets it out to Dodd on the left foot. And he's got it. 2 within a minute. Wow. That's what happens with the breeze, Kyle. Quick kick out of the middle. Your big fellas contest the ball. It comes to the ground. Dodd snaps his first and their third. And that their second. Their third. The scoreboard's slower than I. And that will take them on to 3-3-21. They lead Melton 1-4-10. That's on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. I'll just double check that. Dallenberg, Dodd and Brown are the goal kickers.
It was, and Brown was the one who set that up again, similar to McDougall with the previous goal. Just stood up strong in the tackle, released the handball out to the outside, and Dodd with a great left foot snap to finish off.
They've got it now on the scoreboard as it goes down in the middle. Hurried kick out. Melton will want to clean this up as a quick hands out come out to Rodimer Onus from his teammate in Murphy. He goes forward. Umpire's pulled a free kick out of it.
I think he's paid the mark, actually.
He's paid the mark, and it's big McDougall right on the boundary line. Kick down towards that breeze. This is very gettable from that side of the ground, I would imagine.
Well, I was just about to say, if he hangs that to the far goal post, it should swing back through nicely.
In he comes. Big McDougall. Sits back on it. He's going to miss to the left. That's a behind. That'll take them on to 3-4-22. They lead by 2 goals now, 1-4-10 Melton. Cotter will bring the ball back into play when it comes back to him. This is one of my bugbears in footy. The player is told that he's got to go get the ball. I don't like it. If I was East Point, I'd have someone sitting behind that goal, pay him a pie and a Coke, and get that ball back into play really quickly because you've got that breeze and you want every bit of it.
Absolutely.
In it comes, Cotter. Long kick to the outer side, and I know there's time on, but the momentum, the game's about momentum. They go back in towards goal, just drop it. It's Dodd again. Roving gets a snap at, but just touched on the line. He looks dangerous around the front of the packs, does Joseph Dodd.
He does, and great courage there from Connor again, just to get that fist, just to impact the contest late. He's having a blinder so far, although that kick before he'd want back.
Might want to tighten up on him because he's looking very dangerous as Cotter brings the ball into play just outside defensive 50, finds Suter. Umpire tells him now that you've got to play on, you've come off your line. Squares the kick up to his teammate in young Bailey Mawson. He's had a good season as well. That kick hasn't done him any good. Looking for Liam Carter. Beats him out over the boundary line. But young Bailey Mawson has had some good games this year. Since debuting, he's played some good footy. Across half back. Got a lot of courage, the young fella. As the ball comes back into play. Oh, nice tap from Dowdy. Nearly had Jack Walker on the move. He's all wrapped up. And we'll have a bounce down. Right on the centre wing position. Up it goes. Dowdy again, but it's only as far as Rhoda Onus. He's quickly tackled. Gets a high kick inside. Crofts flies and he's met by a couple of big players in McDougall and McIntyre, but gets up, goes back at it, wrapped up. We'll have a bounce down, 50 around from the East Point goal.
A few courageous efforts from the Bloods, so coaching staff would be rapt with some of these defensive efforts.
17 minutes gone, second quarter. 13-point leaders, East Point, kicking with the breeze down that end. It looks like this is going to be a close game all day. As Crofts is wrapped up inside the centre square, we'll have another bounce down. Up it goes. Tried to kick that out of mid-air to Downey. Had the fresh air shot. Murphy just flicks that out the back. Oh, well done. Picked up quickly. Well done. And the East Point player in Taylor. Then he's able to get his boot to ball, but Cotter's there. Overruns it. Look out. There's Dodd. Looking as dangerous as ever when the ball hits the ground.
Yeah, definitely a high contact there.
And it will be Darlenberg, who has already got one. And he'll take the free kick. He's only 20 metres out. You may as well say directly in front. The angle shouldn't worry him, Kyle.
No, pretty sloppy there from Melton. I saw it here on the Red Vision screen, and definitely clumsy and definitely got him high.
So Darlenberg, he'll kick for his second. There are 13 points in front, 18 minutes gone. This will take him out to over 3 goals. The highest lead of the day, and he's got it. So Darlenberg gets his second and gets East Point's fourth, all in this quarter, which we did say at quarter time. Did Melton kick enough in that first quarter with it? But they only got the one. Well, East Point have been able to get 4, and they are now 4 goals, 5-29. They lead Melton 1-4-10. We've gone nearly 19 minutes in the second quarter. That is on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling.
Making the most of the breeze, Brad. That's the difference in the game so far.
Yeah,
it's been pretty even.
Yes, it has, and this is the biggest margin of the day, and Melton just want to close up shop here. If they can get one against the Tide, but this won't help when the ball goes inside 50 for East Point, but able to take the mark was Walker. It's Lachlan Walker. Goes to Jack Walker, in between wing and half back. Lowers the eyes, nice kick. Hits the target in Liam Carter. Liam Carter quickly reels around onto the right leg. Oh, nice mark. This captain has got one of the greatest pairs of hands for a small boy in Braden Kite. Finds Clicks, and they've got the one that we've asked for. No. Missed to the left. Wow, that would have been the one, Kyle, that just would have steadied the ship against the Tide and against the breeze.
Yeah. Probably should have finished from there as well. He had probably a bit more time than what he first thought there, Clicks.
Gee, Braden Kite's got a great pair of hands for a little fella. He one clunks every time and takes the ball at its highest point as East Point bring the ball back into play. Walsh smartly hits the ball over the back. Now they're away, and it's through the agency of Murphy, but the handball's not that great. Picked up by Phillips. Phillips hands off. Now it's Brown for East Point. Gets a quick kick up towards Whittaker and McIntyre. Goes over the back. Whittaker gets it to the right leg. Does he get the right bounce? No, he doesn't. Misses to the left. And Brad Whittaker unable to kick his first for the day. As the umpires called Cotter to come back in as he tried to kick in to Crofts. So Cotter plays on quickly. In fact, it's Riley Walker. Riley Walker on the right leg up towards Liam Carter. Punch from behind by Van Meel. All wrapped up is Phillips, and we'll have a bounce down on the half-forward flank for East Point. Up it goes. Carter, nice tap. Goes out towards Phillips. Quick hands out from Walker to Roberts. Roberts now inside to Crofts. Oh, dangerous high handball to McIntyre. Under pressure. Sits that one up. Goes straight to East Point, and here he is again. Dodd, but he's missed to the right. Could have put him to not sleep, but made it very hard for him.
Yeah, their forward pressure at the moment, Brad, is just relentless.
How dangerous is Joseph Dodd when the ball hits the ground?
Yeah, he has. Probably just don't have the match at the moment.
God. Now, here he is again, and he's going to get another shot on goal. And he has had a super quarter, has Dodd.
Now again, Brad, the way the breeze is going, he aims it at the far left-hand goalpost and should bring it straight back through. He's a left footer, so I reckon he's putting it straight through because, as we know, left footers are better kicks.
Definitely the right side for a left footer. He sets that up. Not a problem. And lets the crowd know as Dodd gets his second and he is having some sort of quarter. I might just get you to have a look at who goes to him, Kyle, because they might want to be a little bit tighter. He's just such a dangerous little small forward. And that takes them on to 5-7-37 East Point. They lead Melton 1-5-11. We've gone 22 and a half second quarter, thanks to Ballarat Toyota.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Ball back in the middle. Goes to ground. Now, quickly taken out by Walker for Melton. Goes inside 50. Clicks was pushed in the back, not paid. And East Point are able to clear the ball out to the wing. Quick hands out on the outside of Taylor. Kick inside 50. Well done, young Mawson. Gets to the front of the pack. Ball spills free. Walker out to little Borg. Borg goes to the outside looking for Kana. Then gets a handball out into space. The umpire's pulled a free kick. It'll go to the way of Melton. Being held without the ball was Carter.
Just on the matchups, Brad, it's Blake Suter that's been going to Dodd. So, and just watched him there. He just loses him a little bit in the contest. So he's going to want to keep an eye on that East Point coach just to make sure he's got the right matchup there.
Goes to Mawson, does Carter. Mawson with a long kick to the outer side. Finds a teammate and a good kick, good mark in Tommy Button. Now Button short. Takes a mark under pressure. Does Liam Carter. Liam Carter now on the right leg going up towards the half-forward flank. Gee, that's a well-measured kick. And Kite inboard, finds Borg. Borg now quickly plays onto the left foot. Goes inside with a spearing left foot pass to Clicks. And Clicks takes the mark, quickly plays on because he has a player all on his own. And you got to go to your captain.
How's the work rate from Kite there? He had that at the half-forward flank. He started the play. He just kept running forward. And really liking their ball, the ball in Borg's hands going inside 50. Just lowers his eyes beautifully. He's got a beautiful kick.
On the opposite leg too, and the thing with Clicks, he might be lacking a little bit of confidence because he's missed a couple that he probably should have got. So when he's seen Kite, the eyes lit up and he went to him. As the captain comes in, and he's missed to the right. Wow, these misses might come back to haunt them, and it's coming back to haunt me from a game that I watched last night. It's 1-6-12 Melton. Trail East Point 5-7-37. We've gone 25 and a half in the second quarter. Don't forget the McCafe half-time break coming up at half-time. We're hoping to get a special guest from the Melton Footy Club that we can have a chat to as the ball comes back into play. Punched out Van Meel. Quick hands out to Lukic. Gets it on the right leg, but it's all Melton. And it'll be Riley Walker in defence. Able to take that mark under no pressure. Goes to the outer side. Oh, Liam Carter drops what he probably should have taken. And he gets quick hands onto the outside. And that's that young boy again in Borg. Goes onto the right leg. Just chopped off by Walsh. Comes out the back to Borg, who butted up very, very well. Handball over the head. Just a little game of volleyball there as Melton get a quick kick forward. And it'll go out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw-in, out of side, right in front of the Melton coaches' box. Now gone 26 and a half minutes in the second quarter, 25-point lead to the East Point side. Van Meel and Ryan Carter. Well, Cotter was grabbed when not in possession, not paid. And then Hickey gets a kick away, or does he? Comes back out to Jack Walker, gets a hurried right foot kick towards Roberts. He's tackled by Johnson. Rodimer Onus, quick hands out. Now to Lovig. Lovig, loping handball to the back end. Well done. Found his teammate Gallagher with a nice right leg and just able to control the tempo now to Hayes. Now East Point. They'll come to this side of the ground again as they do. Ganley, high kick. Well done, young Mawson. Punch from behind. Ganley mops up. Good tackle from Mawson. Umpire didn't pay it. Kite. Handball back towards Mawson. And we'll have a ball up. Half-forward flank for the Melton side. Could have got a couple of free kicks there. Bailey Mawson, I would have thought. As it'll be Ryan Carter. Do battle with Van Meel, comes forward. Again. We'll have another stoppage as Braden Kite tackles his opponent in Ganley. It's Harry Ganley. Up it goes. Van Meel takes it out. Fresh air shot, misses. Cotter's in underneath. He's moved onto the ball. Kyle, come out of that back half now for Melton is Jordan Cotter.
Probably just looking to get the ball in his hands more often, particularly going inside 50.
Gone to Lukic at the minute. It's up it goes. Van Meel. Rodimer Onus gets the handball out to Lukic. High kick. Darlenberg just pushed out under the ball by his opponent. And Cooper. Cooper will go to his left foot. Sits it up along the line, looking for Carter. Lukic backs back, well roved by Hanley. Kept the ball in play, able to get his leg to the ball. At the front is Jack Walker. Blind turn, gives it off to Cotter. Great vision with the right leg inside. Picked up by is it Hanley? No, it's not. They've missed again, and it's Tommy Button. He's missed to the left. Wow. Gonna hurt him. As Hayes will bring the ball back into play for the East Point side. Big punch from behind by Riley Walker. Gets to Borg. Borg takes him on, runs his full distance, goes to Clicks with a great pass. Clicks drops it, then gets a right foot snap, another point.
I think touched off the boot the umpire called.
He dropped it though.
He dropped it, did he?
Yeah, he dropped it anyway.
I must still be suffering some symptoms, Brad, because I thought it took a clean mark.
1-8-14. 5-7-37. So it's 23-point lead to East Point. 29.5 gone, second quarter. They come up the line looking for Whittaker. Ball comes to the front. Whittaker lays the tackle on Roberts, all wrapped up. We'll have a bounce down. Half-forward flank in between wing and half-forward for the Melton side. They're really going to rue this kicking. 1-8. But goes Van Meel and Carter. Carter probably wins that. Lukic sharks it. Right leg up the line. At the back is Darlenberg. Gets the hands free. Now it comes out to Rodimer Onus. Has a play on the inside, and Darlenberg. He's chased by Cooper, but Darlenberg able to get the kick away with a nice little right foot kick. Oh, now they're going to have a shot right on the siren here. He's going to kick from right on 50. Now this breeze, the way it is, could favour him, and Jacob Brown has a real authentic chance here to kick his second. And this would be a good way to go in at half-time, Kyle.
How was that handball from Rodimer Onus, Brad? That was a fantastic 20-metre handball out in the space that's going to potentially set up a momentum-defining goal.
Right on the half-time siren, in comes Brown. Sets it up. It's just missed to the left. And that will take them on to 5-8-38 East Point. And Melton, 1-8-14. They're 24-point leaders at half-time here at McPherson Park. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have around-the-ground scores, and hopefully we will be talking to someone from the Melton Football Club.
Try Macca's new honey soy aioli chicken wraps with 100% Aussie RSPCA approved chicken breast. With new wraps prepared to order, there's more to love at Macca's.
With McDelivery, Macca's comes to you, so you can enjoy it at home, fast, safe and contact-free. Search Macca's website for your local delivery partner.
Ballarat 4 points up over Darling. 31 points Sebastopol. Becker Smash 11 points up over Redan. 5 goals North Ballarat up over Sutton.
You don't give in. You don't give up. You push on when most would have pushed off. You lend a hand, whether a hand was asked for or not. It's called Aussie spirit for good reason, because it takes spirit to get through times like these. Lucky you've got it in spades. It's what inspires us to be by your side to help. Together we'll get through this. We always do. Search Toyota, here to help.
Yeah, thanks, mate. All right, beautiful. Thanks. Hey, Kyle, I just got a text message from the vendor saying audio is on. Oh, he needs to swing the camera in. So what I want to do is
So, Brad Sinclair.
okay, mate. Hey, you want to come in? Lockie, how are you? Good stuff. You just go in there. When Does anything need to be done here, Kyle, to get us back on, or no? Are we on camera now? Welcome back to McPherson Park here at the McCafe half-time break, which sees 5-8 38 East Point lead Melton 1-8 14 in a tightly contested game, very physical, great tackling. And we thought we would talk to Lachlan Watkins from the Melton Football Club. He copped a pretty nasty injury in a practice match against Leopold this year and didn't know too much about it until you got home with a bit of a kidney, is that right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. Just thought it was more of a just got winded. But yeah, 2 hours later, happened to start pissing blood and vomiting. Thought I better go down to the doctors, drove myself, and then ended up in hospital for 5 days.
And you're running water today?
Yeah. Oh, we've got our number one water girl. She's out, done her shoulder, so got a couple of injuries. So I thought I'll fill in for her. Help her out.
Wow, even the water carriers are getting injured out here at Melton. You've got a shocking injury list.
Yeah, it's really tough at the moment, but boys are sticking together. We're undefeated at the moment, which is good. Got a lot of the young kids that have come through. So
It's an incredible story, these sort of things that, there's been so many with lungs and kidneys over the years of different footballers that don't know too much about it until the next day or that night, and they start to think, That's not normal. Like you said, you've gone to the toilet and passed a bit of blood. What were the thoughts going through their head? You would have been a little bit scared.
Yeah, actually, I just didn't really know what was going on. I thought I'd give my grandmother a call. She's a nurse. I thought I'd
Good idea.
get her advice and see what to do. And then, she told me to make my way down to Melton Health, get it checked out. It was all good. But
How are you checking along now?
yeah, really good. I got the all clear last week. The tears healed and the clot's gotten smaller, so I started running and training, get around the boys a bit more, which was nice.
So how far away are you? I mean, we're in round 5. Have you got a round earmarked?
Yeah, trying for round 12, 13.
Yep.
12, 13, hopefully I'll be back.
So you're looking round 12, you're at home to Sunbury. That's the return game that we called in round 2. So that'd be handy. I mean, these are the sort of injuries. We can do a knee, we can do a corky, we can have a hamstring, we can even do a shoulder. But when we're talking about internal organs, it's a whole different story. So, are you married?
Engaged.
Engaged.
Yeah.
What does she think about it? Coming back round 12, 13?
She's a bit iffy, but she's mine. She always supports me, so.
Handy having a grandma as a nurse.
Yeah, Father's a nurse as well, so, but she happened to be working at Sunshine Hospital where I ended up.
Oh,
So,
well, the story, the plot thickens.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
incredible.
So
Now, you had some VFL footy at Coburg.
yeah.
How long
Yeah,
ago?
2019 was my last year.
Yeah.
So, played a few games down there, which was good. Went down halfway through 2018.
And your background's Melton South?
Yeah, Melton South, in Melton South all my life. Whole family's Melton South.
How did, so you didn't get to play round 1, obviously, here?
Still.
Yeah. You'll get them in return?
Yeah,
Or you
I
might
should
miss
be
them.
No, I should be back for them.
Should be back for
I've
them.
already looked at that.
You have?
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm back for that. Can't do that again.
And they're going well?
Yeah, they had a nice couple of wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, went on.
First time back-to-back wins in 9 years. 2012 was the last time they had back-to-back wins.
Yeah,
So that's super. It's great for the competition, isn't it?
100%.
Now, you got some functions coming up here at Melton
Yeah, $3,000 draw tonight, so hopefully be a big one.
tonight.
Yeah.
Make sure you get hold of our special comments man. He's got a pocket full of money. You'll buy a few tickets in that. Cole Pover.
And we've got trivia night in a couple of weeks. Good too.
The old trivia nights are always a good
Really
one.
nice one. We've got a comedian coming down to take it. So.
Our special comments man's been known to do a bit of comedy too, don't worry. So with the trivia night, they're always a good night. Who's someone in the club that you think is just an absolute smart aleck that's going to tear it apart?
It's got to do with sport. I think Jed Gleeson.
Okay.
A bit of a footy nuffy, so should be good for him.
I'll tell you what I have watched. I've watched your roaming pig the last few weeks. The young fella that does that does a very good job. He's a very funny man.
Yeah, Butters is good. He'll have a crack at it as well.
You'll have a go? I reckon he'd be good on the trivia. There's not too much he doesn't know.
Don't ask smart these Butters.
He runs around in the twos, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed him running around. He's the captain.
Yeah.
No.
He's been injured the first few weeks, so.
They were stiff today.
Yeah.
They come back.
Good run, but
Yeah, they come back late. So with your recovery, there was obviously no operation needed.
no operation.
It just repairs itself.
Yeah, repairs itself. Much to do.
And what do you do for work?
Electrician.
How much time off work?
3.5 weeks off work, and I went back for 2.5 weeks on light duties.
Okay.
And a bit, so now back to pretty much normal. Not doing anything too strenuous.
You're having a good year, Melton. They're 4-0 coming into today. They've had a good season. I mean, a little bit in trouble at half time, 4 goals down. The kicking for goal, that's cost them, hasn't it? They could be right in it, particularly in the second half of that quarter against the Breeze. They had shots on goal. If they hadn't nailed them, they were within a goal or two at half time, then coming back. What do you think that Aaron Timms would be saying to him right now?
I think at this point she's taking her opportunities when they can. I think we just trust that process, get a one-on footy, make sure we beat our men. And it's worked for the last few weeks. We sort of thereabouts at Bali last week in the second half. We made sure that our fitness over the pre-season's been really good, so hopefully we just back ourselves and run over the top of them.
The precinct out here looks magnificent with what's happened here, the building, the ground out the back. You've got the synthetic track out the back, really good setup.
Yep. Yeah, no, really good. It was really nice over the pre-season. We had a little AFLX competition, which was nice and fun over there. Bit of 7-on-7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nice little pre-season exercise.
Okay.
Bit of competitiveness, considering we didn't get to play last year.
So you'd be champion of the bit, waiting to get back. You say you're back into running. When can you get back into some contact?
6 weeks till contact.
Yep.
So I'll have another 6 weeks till contact, and then hopefully, 1 or 2 weeks after that, I should be back playing.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Lockie. It's a good story when with what happened last week as well, players get injured, and it's good to hear them coming back. Let's hope also Dyson Stevens can make a good recovery, and it's not about footy, it's just he can come back.
Yeah, definitely puts things into perspective.
It does.
But all the boys have been really good. Like anyone that gets injured, everyone gets around them. Hopefully we get around Dyson. Hopefully you can get him back down the club sometime in the near future and get him helping out on the bench or...
Yeah. It's a footy club's the place to be when these things happen, because you got your mates and you just get back and the mateship is what footy's all about, really, at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I was really surprised when I got injured with the amount of messages that you get from all the players.
Yeah,
a bit different down here, so it's nice.
It's magnificent. All right, Lockie, thanks for joining us here at the McCafe halftime break. Hopefully we see you back round 12 or 13 like you've penciled in, and let's hope it's against Melton South, and we'll make sure that we have someone out here looking at that, and it'll be really interesting to see. Thanks for joining us, and all the best running. How are you feeling just before you go? How are you feeling running the water out there? How's the body feel?
It's good. It's good being back out in the ground, just moving around a bit.
Hearing
nice.
the jokes and the bit of... is there a
out
bit of going on
players
out there today? Is there a bit...
there's been a couple little...
Sledging?
Couple little sledges,
Is
but
there?
Nothing too bad.
Who's the
Nothing
best
out of the
sledger
ordinary.
at Melton? I reckon Kevin Clicks would have to be, wouldn't he? Who's the best
Yeah,
sledger? Braden Kite looks like he goes all right with
Yeah,
it.
I reckon Cotty will get into him a bit.
Yeah.
Geordie Cotter loves it.
He loves it?
He loves it, yeah.
He's had a ripping first half.
Yeah, it's a ripping year, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, all year's been really good for us. Him and Jack Walker.
Yes, he's again today. Yeah, amazing, the two of them. All right, mate, thanks for joining us. All the best in your recovery, and let's hope we see you back out here very soon.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we might take a quick break. When we come back from the break, we'll go through some goal kickers and around the ground scores here at McPherson Park.
You don't give in. You don't give up. You push on when most would have pushed off. You lend a hand, whether a hand was asked for or not. It's called Aussie Spirit for good reason, because it takes spirit to get through times like these. Lucky you've got it in spades. It's what inspires us to be by your side to help. Together we'll get through this. We always do. Search Toyota, here to help.
Try Macca's new honey soy or aioli chicken wraps with 100% Aussie RSPCA approved chicken breast. With new wraps prepared to order, there's more to love at Macca's.
With McDelivery, Macca's comes to you, so you can enjoy it at home, fast, safe and contact-free. Search Macca's website for your local delivery partner.
Welcome back here at McPherson Park as East Point just come back on the ground. The umpires are back out on the ground. It's been a tight first half, really, 1-8-14 to 5-8-38. You wouldn't think it was a 4-goal deficit. It's closer than what that scoreboard says. Goal kickers for East Point. We have 2 to Darlenberg, 2 to Dodd, and 1 to Jacob Brown. And for the Melton side, just the one in the first quarter to Hickey. They've been terribly inaccurate. Scores around the ground. Grounds for the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. Ballarat 6-7-43. 4-point leaders over Darley 6-3-39. Lake Windaree 3-4-22. Down to Sebastopol 8-5-53. Redan 1-7-13, having a similar day to Melton off the boot, and Bacchus-Marsha 3-6-24. Sunbury haven't kicked a goal to half-time, 3 behinds. North Ballarat 4-9-33. And Melton obviously here, they're saying, well, our score is 1-8-14 to 5-8-38. What I will say, by the looks of those scores, it is a very similar day everywhere in Victoria as it is out here at McPherson Park. Interesting to listen to Lockie Watkins there, just about those sort of injuries when it's to do with internal organs and kidneys and livers. they're not a good thing, and as we spoke about young Dyson Stevens going down with a neck injury last week, and hopefully he makes a full recovery and quickly, and he's okay. So injuries, I mean, even their water girl has done a shoulder. Kyle, what's happening?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's that bloody cold out here, Brad, that
could be
the
too.
muscles just aren't warming up. It feels like it's dropped about 5 degrees, and listen to me whinging. There's people in Ballarat going, you blokes are a pack of sooks. It's not even cold.
I've been in Ballarat 5 minutes, and people tell me every day, they say it to me every day, the cold hasn't come yet, look forward to the cold. And I laugh, I think, oh my God. What a beautiful city it is though, Ballarat. Absolutely love it. It could be -4 every day out there, Kyle, and I wouldn't worry me. It's such a beautiful historic town, the buildings, the architecture. I know we're a footy broadcast, but I'm just getting a little bit sentimental. I love culture, and there's a lot of culture in Ballarat.
There is, and we've spoken about it. Love the culture at some of their grounds. Love the old grandstand out at City Oval. Love the Eastern Oval. And then you've got a state-of-the-art facility in Mars Stadium. There's not too many local footy leagues that have access to such an asset such as Mars Stadium. So they're very lucky, North Ballarat, and obviously the league playing the grand finals there. I tell you what, though, I wouldn't have said no to being up in a nice cosy box with the heater on, like you guys were last week, Brad.
Oh, I don't know. We're out on the landing. It was beautiful there, but it was still pretty cold.
You told me that you had beers, sandwiches, all catered for you.
Yes, I wish. I'll tell you what, though, I love this place here, McPherson Park. This setup that they've got here is absolutely unbelievable, and they have a big reunion, 2000 and 2001 Premiership reunion today, Past Players Day and a Sponsors Day. So this is the place to be, is McPherson Park at Melton. They're 4-0 going into today, so Aaron Timms would have had a word to them at half-time to try to keep that record intact, Kyle, to 5-0. What do they need to do?
I think they just need to capitalise. The game in general play has been pretty even. I think East Point started to get a bit of dominance sort of midway through to the later stages of that third quarter. But if you look at the game as a whole, it's been East Point who have taken their opportunities. They've still kicked a little inaccurate as well with the 5 goals 8. But yeah, and it is expected on these windy, blustery sort of days where you are going to get inaccurate kicking. But you really do just have to make use of your opportunities. And a lot of Melton's behinds have actually been very kickable.
Yeah, they have. And I would imagine that 4 goals down, they know that East Point are going to come home with that scoring end. They need to be realistic. You might not get in front, but at least square the ledger for three-quarter time, and then you're a chance coming into the last quarter.
Don't forget, East Point did give up that 5-goal breeze back, 5-goal lead at halftime back in round 1, Brad.
To Sebastopol, which was also the Ballarat Toyota match of the day, as the umpire sends the ball in the air. Oh, Rhodamonis quickly comes out of the middle with Grunt, but just couldn't cleanly take the ball. If he did, he was away.
Hasn't had a fantastic day by his standards, but he's still been very important around stoppages with some of his deft touch work in close.
Dowdy grabbed by the leg in mid-air by Van Meel, quite comical. You'll get the free kick. They'll go inside 50 looking for clicks. Not a great kick. And able to mop up is Gallagher. Can he keep the ball in play? Goes underneath Hanley. Just gets his leg to the ball. Comes out to Borg. I've liked his game for Melton. Back to Riley Walker. Goes inboard to Jack Walker. Jack Walker inside 50. Here's Clicks. Takes the mark. This is the one they need to get accurate. He's taken a mark inside 50. He'll kick from 45 distance. Won't be a problem. What we've seen in the first half of footy, accuracy is the problem, Kyle.
Yeah, his confidence probably won't be up that high at the moment. Having said that, though, the way the breeze has been going, this is a very gettable goal.
It'll get him up and about, and he's missed to the right again. The ball drop on that occasion, actually, he's missed everything. The ball drop just drifted off to the right, wasn't great. As Aaron Hayes will bring the ball back into play, he'll go to his captain in Johnson. Still inside defensive 50 for the East Point side. He'll go to the outer side of the ground now with a long kick towards the boundary line and finds Lovig, who's had a good game. Lovig up the line. Crofts just nudges his opponent out of the way. Kite gives the ball off. High kick inside looking for Clicks again. That is a brilliant mark under enormous pressure. He had Johnson to contend with. He had Gallagher coming over him, and he was just able to protect the ball drop area and hold the mark.
He's a very clever player, Brad. He's going to run around here.
Here's the snap. Right foot, leg. He's got it. Finally. Misses the easy ones. Gets the difficult one. And that should get him back on the wagon. Clicks gets his first for the day. And that will take them on to 2-8-20. They trail East Point 5-8-38. We've gone a couple of minutes into the third quarter. And the old time clock and score is still on the second quarter. I think the old scoreboard attendant might have been having a nap there, Kyle. He might be just snoozing, a bit cold.
I'm all over it, Brad, so it's all good. All the viewers at home can, well, as long as they trust trust my judgment, but I do believe it is, 2-8-20.
Up it goes in the middle again. Cotter all wrapped up, so he has gone into the midfield.
Don't mind that move.
Yeah, that is a move that Timms has made. They've got him out of the back half into the middle, particularly with that scoring end. His feet going forward will be good. Rodimer Onus is tackled by that man in Cotter. Umpire said didn't have prior.
Yeah, didn't have prior opportunity, but he probably did, realistically. He tried to bullock his way through, so he tried to barge through.
Cotter didn't like the decision as Dowdy wins the tap. Quickly hit on by Hickey. Comes out now. East Point will take the ball out through the wing, and there is Riley Walker, who's also had a good game. Takes the mark in between wing and half forward for the Melton side. Has Jack Walker short if he wants to use him. Just drags at him with the one hand. Hands over to Borg. He's in trouble. He's going to get in between four. Onto the left foot inside. Well trapped by Liam Carter. Gets onto the right leg. They're back in town. Wow.
How good was Kyle Borg in traffic there and then onto his left boot? He's been fantastic today. He's just about my best on ground. He hasn't had a heap of the footy, but when he has had the footy, it's been important touches, Brad.
He certainly has been good, Kyle, and he was just camouflaged by 4 East Point players, but he was just good enough. And then he gets back onto that left foot. The kick wasn't great, but it was still gettable, and Liam Carter's gather was just sensational.
Now, is Borg a Western Jets? Is he one of their Western Jets players?
I think he is. 3-8-26 Melton. They're only 12 points in arrear, 5-8-38 now, and that's what they needed. Peg this deficit back and then strike in the last quarter if they can get in front. Here's Borg again. Quick hands out to Cotter. Cotter's tackle, gets a right foot kick. Just went the required distance to Hanley. Hanley's able to get Jack Walker on the outside. Walker will go inside 50, Clicks, pushes his man under the ball, but gets a bad bounce, goes out of bounce. We'll have a boundary throw in 50 around from the Melton goal. Good start for them, Kyle.
Definitely, and again, Borg just through traffic. He actually went back into traffic then, but he was so clean and tidy going through when he got that released handball to the outside, which opened up the play.
5.5 minutes gone. Third quarter, Melton have already put on 2 goals. Ball comes back into play. Comes forward now. Rodimer Onus is there. Doesn't get the bounce he wants. Ball goes out over the line. Another boundary throw in, 60 around from the Melton goal. Who's gone to Clicks now? It looks like Gallagher. So Gallagher's on Clicks. He's looking dangerous already. And it comes. Big Dowdy from behind, but able to get the tap forward was Van Mill. Hurried kick out from... Oh, that just has landed in through the kick of Lukic, who has a little bit of sigh of relief. Ball will be thrown in between wing and half forward for Melton. In it comes. Dowdy and Van Meel. Van Meel might have won that. Goes forward. Jack Walker pushed in the back by Rodimer Onus. Not paid. Phillips gets the hands out towards Dowdy, goes in again, gets it to Jack Walker, has Cotter, goes for it, but Lukey chops that off. Then he has Ganley on the outside. Ganley quickly with a right leg up towards centre half forward. Oh, coming in and met solidly was the East Point boy there in Ganley, I think. Comes out to Johnson. Johnson has the big boy in Brown on the outside. Goes inside 50, gets around McIntyre, gets onto the right leg towards goal, but misses to the left.
Big let off there. Big let off there, Brad. That could have been was that the first goal? That would have been the first goal going to that end, I believe.
Yeah, it would have been too, yes. Yeah, Riley Walker will bring it back into play.
And that was Dodd again from East Point. His forward pressure there to create the tackle, bring his teammates into the game.
Riley Walker goes for the long kick. Ball can fly, can do everything. Gets over the back though. Liam Carter goes up for Ryan, his brother. Punch from behind by Hayes. Clicks is there. Quick hands out. Might even pay deliberate here. No, he hasn't. And now he's paid a free kick because Clicks might have just... I didn't think there was too much in it myself, but Aaron Hayes will get the free kick. Hayes up the line, looking for Darlenberg, gets to the front. Borg in beautiful position to Crum, then gets a right leg inside. Ooh, free kick, yep. That time it was against Hickey, and it will go to Lovig. Defensive side of the centre for East Point, goes inside, just gets to Jones, the reaching Jones in front of Cotter.
He was a bit quieter that second quarter, Jones.
Goes towards Lukic, just inside 50. Little flick of the handball, good tackle from the captain in Kite. Away through Cooper is Melton, goes up towards half forward, but it's all East Point. It's a 3-on-1, and they'll come back out through the middle and find the captain in Johnson in the middle of the ground. Johnson. There's players screaming for it. Decides to go up the middle, inside 50, just over the back. Couldn't take the mark. Now it goes forward. McIntyre's there. Goes over his head. Clicks, comes out. Fumbles. Tackled. Has a player on the outside in Walker. Goes to him. Lowers the eyes. The beautiful kick. And finds Carter. And it's Liam again, who kicked a ripper from this area only a couple of minutes ago.
Perfect footy there, Brad.
Yes.
That's what you want as a forward, space leading into inside 50. Beautiful kick from Walker and a great handball to release him on the outside there from Clicks.
We have a perfect view of this one as Liam Carter will come in for his second of the quarter. Tight angle, not a problem for him. That has split the middle. He's got his second for the quarter and their third. And they are right back in this now, is Melton. That takes them on to 4-8-32. They trail East Point 5-9-39. We've gone 10 minutes in the third quarter on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
That's what you want to do, Brad. You want to chew away at that lead. And there's only, as we said, 10 minutes gone, so we're only a third of the way through the quarter.
What a great game of footy this has been as it goes up in the middle. Dowdy, who's been super in the middle, the young fella, gets it out, but it's Taylor. Taylor with quick hands out over to Ganley. Chased down by Borg, able to get his kick away, and a beautiful kick it is. And he hits Big Whittaker on the chest. Goes short now, just inside under pressure. But able to take the mark is Lovig, and Melton boy has hurt his shoulder, I think. That might be Suter, is it? No, it's Jack Walker. Lovig has taken the mark. He'll kick from about 40. They just don't want one against the flow here, Melton, because every goal, because of their start, the way they miss so many shots, every goal that's kicked against them now up that end is going to make it really difficult. Lovig, kick from 40-45, runs out to the right, tries to get some extra distance, and he's got that distance. Cameron Lovig gets his first for the day.
And the first to that end, Brad.
And the first to that end, that's spot on, Kyle, and that is something that Melton did not want. That takes them on to 6-9-45 East Point. 4:8:32 Melton. We've gone 11 and a half minutes third quarter on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
And here comes that sun again, Kyle. We've had a lot of different seasons up here today.
That's Melbourne weather for you, Brad.
It is beautiful. Quickly it comes... Oh, that was a throw. Comes out to Roberts. Roberts for Melton. Goes inside looking for Clicks. A bit wide of him. Out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. 50 around from the Melton goal. Jack Walker looks to be all right. He looked like he might have done a shoulder. Of course, it might have just been a stinger when Lovey took that mark.
Of course, that's for Ballarat Sports Medicine injury update, Brad.
And it comes. Ball comes for free. Rodimer Onus can't collect it. Kicked off the ground by the big fella there in Gallagher. It comes back in, but Rodimer Onus is all there to take the pressure off. He's going to go right across with a really dangerous kick. And I just don't know what the benefit was of going to that. And ball closing speed is incredible. So he closed in on it, Kyle, and took the mark.
He's been fantastic to start this third quarter, Borg, as he was in the first half. But, yeah, you're right. Not too sure that's the way you want to be moving the ball, particularly going into the breeze. I think you just want to go long down the line, and looks like he's actually been called to the bench. So I'm not sure if that's him being dragged or whether he's time for a rotation. But he is on his way to the bench, Rhoda Omus.
Borg will come in for his first for the day. He's been super. Had a great game, the young fella on the wing. He has got it! Great answer and a quick answer to the East Point goal. To the little fella on the wing. Cole Ball gets his first for the quarter and Melton's fourth. And that will take them on to 5-8-38, 7 points in arrear. 5-9-45, 13 and a half gone third quarter on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling.
I hope some VFL sides are watching this match, Brad, because if he's a Western Jets listed player, I know the NAB League's not playing at the moment, I'd be wanting to get him into a VFL program.
They quickly come back into play, comes to the front of the pack, clicks with a right foot snap, has missed everything to the left. Yeah, you're right, Kyle. And they're terrible, they're difficult conditions today. He's made it look easy.
Absolutely, he's been very clean.
Comes back into play. Up the line. East Point now, it's Ganley. He'll go short. Nice kick, goes to his brother or cousin. I think it's cousin, isn't it? I get it mixed up between the two Ganleys. Up the line again to Whitaker. Out of side between wing and half back for the Kangaroos. Whitaker. Long kick up the line. Comes to the front of the pack. Johnson. Quick hands out over towards Walsh. He can't collect it. Plays all over the ball with a bounce down. In fact, it's a brother. Jack and Harry Ganley. For the Kangas coming across, I think it was Ararat he come across from. Been good in the first 5 weeks for the Kangas. Ryan Carter wins the tap for Melton. Comes out the back towards Mawson. He's wrapped up. With another bounce down. 60 around from the East Point goal. Right in front of their coach's box. Comes out. Quick hands out the back. Melton are away through Roberts. Out a wing. Has time. Has a player on the inside in Phillips. Uses him. He goes over the top to Hickey. Hickey on the left foot. Takes them inside 50 looking for Clicks. Leads his player under the ball. Gets a bad bounce. Does Clicks. He's able to keep his feet. The umpire's paid a free kick for holding. And Gallagher tries to steal and go away. The umpire calls him back.
He did well there, Gallagher. Good closing speed. You don't want Clicks getting you out the back, but I'm not sure whether the free kick was there. I thought they were both sort of just wrestling each other there.
As Gallagher goes out to the outer side. Again. McDougall high up the ground out of his normal comfort area. Looks for Lukic. Phillips gets a fist to that. For Melton, goes over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Just on the half-forward flank for Melton. They've really made some inroads into this third quarter. We've only gone 16 minutes. and they're able to put on 4 goals this quarter. They've gone 4 straight, Kyle, after kicking 1-8. And it comes, taken away by Roberts. He's going the wrong way, and he's just worked that out and come back with the right foot over his shoulder. High kick inside. Jack Walker can't take the mark. And it's Nesta to take it away for East Point with a beautiful kick out to his co-captain in Whittaker. Whittaker on the outer side. Just kicks that up the line. Looking for Brown. He butters up well in front of Mawson. Then they tackle him. Laid over it. Crowd asking for a free kick. The umpire says you're not getting it.
He's been good today, Brown, for East Point, playing across half forward. He's kicked a goal himself and set up a couple, and he's provided a good contest aerially and on the ground as well.
Carter wins that. That's Ryan. Comes out towards Cotter. Too many players around it to sort of be clean and get away. But somehow Ganley does for East Point. Goes inboard. Riley Walker bounces off his chest. Whittaker goes in underneath. And so is Lovig. McIntyre having a go at him. And Brown comes in. There's a bit of pushing and shoving, nothing much more. We'll have a bounce down about 40 around from the East Point goal. Quick tap out. It's mopped up by Melton. Comes back forward. McIntyre's there. He can't be clean. So is Walker. That's Lachlan Walker for Melton. Another bounce down. Not far around from the East Point goal. Ryan Carter and Harry. Carter wins it. Taken by Button. He's wrapped up. Not going too far from there. Just a game of rugby at the moment. The umpire says, I'll take that again. Now, this is normally the time that the umpire will pick any ticky-touch free kick here just to open it up. Fresh air shot out. Ganley's there. Comes back. Doesn't know where to go. Goes back to his brother. Just the old waxing like the backyard when they were kids. Goes to Hayes. Out of wing position. Goes forward now. Finds, is it Walsh or Thornton? It's Thornton. Goes inside 50, but it's all Mawson. Mawson will retreat out the other way to Cotter. Cotter will go back into the centre of the ground with a nice little short kick to Suter. Suter up the middle of the ground to the captain in Kite. Braden Kite will send him inside 50. He has Jack Walker. If that can sit in and bounce, he's right in the pocket, brings it back inboard to Clicks. Clicks back to Walker from the impossible angle. Oh, great smother. He just tried to get that back in, but it was Walsh that was able to smother for the East Point side, and we'll have a boundary throw in 40 around from the Melton goal.
Fantastic defensive effort there from Walsh.
In it comes. Harry and Dowdy comes forward. Lovig, was he taken high? Umpire says no.
Probably on the wrong angle to see that, but probably did just slip high that tackle.
Suter, the tackler. Up it comes. Ryan Carter. Double tap, gets that forward. Hickey's there, but Lovig wins it. His kick smother goes out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. 30 around now from the Melton goal. And we have gone 20 minutes into this third quarter. And it's only now 7-point lead to East Point. And dare I say it, the wind is dropping. In it comes. Over the back was Harry. Goes forward to Nesta now. Just can't get the bounce of it. Very smartly done by Button, but the kick is intercepted by Lovig. Lovig will transfer play out the outer side and finds Thornton. Thornton has a player on the outside in Hayes. Hayes now with a leg up the wing. Cooper's there with Gallagher. Gallagher flicks that out over the back. Riley Walker slides in for Melton. He's wrapped up. Umpire says, I'll bounce that down out of wing position right on the boundary line in front of the old stand, the home of the Lions and the home of the Bloods. What's that, Kyle?
Maybe soccer, the Lions?
The Lions, it might be, yeah. The soccer club over there have got the old rooms now. And we're in this magnificent setup here at McPherson Park. We have another stoppage. Oh, Cotter's done that's a bad leg by the looks of it. I reckon that's an ankle, the way he's hobbling himself off the ground. And they don't need that, the Bloods. As the ball spills free to Rodimer-Onus, he's very well tackled by Hickey. Hanley comes in third man. I'm just going to...
He does look very ginger.
Oh, he's very proppy.
Yeah, for Ballarat Sports Medicine. He might have to go see the guys down there during the week to get it looked at.
Cannot put pressure on that. Looks like the right leg. Oh, he's got a bit of pressure on it now, trying to walk off. And it's very ankle looking like. Hopefully they can get him back on. It's been very good today, and they've got a huge injury list. No one really wins that. Quick hands out. Is that Cooper? Gets onto the left foot, goes inside, 50 with a high kick. Carter from behind, Walsh is there, Suter can't take it. But for East Point, Carson Ken, who's now on the ground. Chris Carson hits Hayes up with a short kick. Hayes now, ex-Kai Abram premiership player, goes high along the boundary line, comes to the front to Rodimer-Onus, gets a hurried right foot kick up the line, but Riley Walker from Melton is able to take that mark in front of Murphy. He'll come in board to the little boy in Borg. We've sung his praises all afternoon. He goes back to his teammate in Lockie Walker, who in turn goes to the outer side in Syme. Haven't seen a lot of him today. To McIntyre, still on the outer wing. He's looking to square it up. Umpire calls him to play on. He goes back to control the footy. And it's Riley Walker that'll go to the outer side now. It's a Lachlan Walker. Has Cooper on the outside. Cooper with a short kick inside to Crofts. Crofts now into the centre square. They're possessing the ball and keeping hold of it, but they're not making much ground as they go to Mawson on the wing, right in front of the stand side. This beautiful new pavilion, but that's not a great kick. Lovig chops it off. His handball to Jones didn't really make the mark. Ganley wraps up with a right foot leg round the quarter to Darlenberg. Darlenberg takes the mark, centre wing position. Gone 24 minutes into the third quarter. Darlenberg with just a short chip kick again to Jones. Umpire tells Jones to play on. He does. High kick up the line. Brown gets his hand to it. Umpire's pulled a free kick. It'll go to Melton. And taking his time to get up was Riley Walker. He's the recipient of the free kick. Walker. It's just a one-on-one everywhere now. It's going to be hard to find someone. Syme breaks away, but he doesn't go to him. Goes up the line, and too easy for Lovig over Suter to take that mark. Lovig now inboard. Finds Nesta with a good kick. Nesta now short to the big McDougall. McDougall, high kick to a pack of players inside 50. Lukic wins it at ground level. Right foot snap. Gets a bad bounce. Riley Walker's able to mop up for the Bloods. Riley Walker now. Kick goes over Borg's head. Keeps it in play, but he's just tapped it back. And East Point are away looking for Big Whittaker, and he's marked it. I know what Borg tried to do. He tried to keep it in play and then double back on it, but he was unable to double back quick enough.
Yeah, sometimes same thing, just get it out of bounds, reset. Could really hurt the Bloods, this goal.
And Whittaker is able to take the mark. He's only 20 out, so obviously distance isn't a problem. So Whittaker hasn't kicked one today, the co-captain of the Kangaroos. In he comes. Oh, didn't look good. It's touched off the mark. McIntyre's touched that on the... I thought it was a wobbly kick, but it was actually touched by Brett McIntyre on the mark, and it's gone through from behind to the Kangaroos. A let-off for the Bloods there, Kyle.
I know that it's they're kicking into a breeze there. I don't reckon it's that strong where you can't make the distance from about 30 metres out.
Lachlan Walker brings the ball back into play to the outer side. Oh, sharked well. Comes out to Johnson, though, the co-captain of the Kangaroos. Again, that's not going to come out. The umpire says, let me bounce that down. We're just on the outer wing position. Up it goes. Big fella. Oh, nearly took it out. Was Dowdy comes forward. Rodimer Onus flicked out beautifully. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson, lower his eyes. Gets the kick forward. Walsh can't take it. Crofts mops up. Gets the hands out to Riley Walker. Turns Ganley inside out. Then goes up the line looking for Hanley. Can't take the mark. Dodd comes back to Hanley. Hanley with a hurried kick. Smothered. Cotter's back on the ground, so they've got that ankle okay, and it looks so bad when he went down. But he's back on the ground.
I was going to say, he's just struggling
to get up, isn't he?
Up now. He's been a lot quieter this quarter, despite going onto the ball.
Up it goes, centre wing position. Dowdy and Van Meel, who wins it. Hurry kick, sign. Said that Jack Walker didn't get his boot to the ball, so it's incorrect disposal. And the free kick will go to Joseph Dodd, who's kicked 2 second quarter goals and had a pretty good day. He goes up the line. Riley Walker is able to chop that off, and it's come off hands out over the boundary line in front of Whittaker and McIntyre. What was the boundary throw-in?
Done well there, Whittaker. It wasn't the greatest kick, so to just get it out of bounds and let his team reset, good forward play.
And it comes. Van Meel wins the tap forward towards Johnson. Cotter's in there underneath. So is Button. Umpire will restart it again. Late in the third quarter here at McPherson Park, we've gone nearly just on 28 minutes. 8-point lead to East Point, so they have just whittled away at that lead, Melton, from half-time. Kick goes forward looking for Liam Carter. Hanley's there, comes to Crofts. Crofts tackle, gets the handball over to Jordan Kite. Back to Jack Walker. Jack Walker, nice little chip kick inside 50. Braden Kite couldn't take the mark. Comes forward now. Walsh is able to defend for the Kangaroos. Go out towards the boundary line. Crofts just taps that out over and goes over the fence. We'll have a boundary throw in. Centre wing, right in front of the commentary box here at McPherson Park. He landed heavily on the concrete, did Cross. He looks like he's all right. He's able to come back. In it comes Dowdy and Van Meel. Goes forward. Johnson, hurried kick. Half smothered. Ganley comes out and meets the ball. Riley Walker, great tackle. Not paid. Well, he's paid it late. Well, we got there in the end. He took his time paying it. Right on the three-quarter time siren.
Getting plenty of advice from the Melton Blood fans too, the umpire.
Yeah, he did take his time, didn't he? Pay that one. And Melton have chipped back at that lead, 5-8-38. They trail East Point, who are on 6-10-46. So it's an 8-point lead to East Point. They will come home with that end that looks like it has been it's definitely been the kicking end, the goal scoring end. Only one kicked against it, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in this last quarter. We might take a quick break. When we come back from the break, we'll just go through the goal kickers, hopefully have some scores from around the grounds, and we'll have the last quarter out here at McPherson Park, the Ballarat Toyota Ballarat McDonald's Football Netball League.
You don't give in. You don't give up. You push on when most would have pushed off. You lend a hand, whether a hand was asked for or not. It's called Aussie Spirit for good reason, because it takes spirit to get through times like these. Lucky you've got it in spades. It's what inspires us to be by your side to help. Together we'll get through this. We always do. Search Toyota, here to help.
Welcome back to McPherson Park. 3/4 time out here at McPherson Park in the Ballarat Toyota McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League match of the day. 5-8-38 Melton, Trail East Point 6-10-46 at 3/4 time. Scores from around the ground. Ballarat 9-12-66, lead Darley 7-5-47, Lake Wendouree 3-6-24, Trail Sebastopol 11-6-72, Redan 1-8-14, Trail Bacchus Smash 7-9-51, Sunbury 2-7-19, Trail North Ballarat 6-12-48. We must thank Lachlan Watkins, who was our halftime guest here at the McCafe halftime break. Injured player at Melton, one of many injured players at Melton. And we look forward to his recovery and back out on the park. He says around about round 12-13. Goal kickers up to 3/4 time. For the East Point side, we have 2 to Darlenberg, 2 to Dodd, 1 to Lovig and 1 to Brown. And for the Melton side, we have 2 to Carter, that's Liam Carter, 1 to Borg and 1 to Clicks. Kyle, have you seen it?
Exactly the same at half-time, Brad. I think it's in play, been pretty even. And East Point have just capitalised a few more times going inside 50. Having said that, four straight that quarter, I think, for the Bloods. So they've turned it around. I think they're up against it, to be perfectly honest, though. I know it's only an 8-point margin, but there's been 2 goals kicked for the entire day down that end. So I just think that's going to be, it's not impossible, but it is an uphill battle to come back and get the chocolates. Yeah,
it's going to be difficult, but they just seem to have a steely resolve, this football team. They do what they need to do. I remember out at round 2 when we called them against Sunbury, they looked not gone, but they just didn't look like the side at half-time. Then they come out after half-time. They were a different side, and they've done that again today. And I think that wind has dropped.
Yeah, you are right. It did. I mean, when we say that there's only been 2 goals, it was late in that quarter when the wind did die down. So from a Melton Blood's sake, they're probably hoping that that's the case. I mean, the coach will be selling the message of, the wind, it's all mental and it doesn't play a part. I've always been a big believer that's a crock. Every single player knows that the wind isn't an advantage. So it's just about, trying to work hard when you're kicking into the breeze. But as you said, it has dropped. I do still think it is a slight advantage kicking to that right-hand side of screen. But yeah, it's certainly probably only maybe a 1-2 goal favourable breeze max. But in a close game like this, it could just be the difference.
Yeah, I did miss one of the goal kickers for Melton, a first quarter goal to Lachlan Hickey. So the goal kickers for Melton were Hickey, Clicks, Borg and Liam Carter has 2. For East Point, Dodd and Darlenberg have 2. Lovig and Brown have 1 each. So we're in for a very big last quarter here. And I must say, for a very, very cold day, there is a very good crowd here. And obviously, the 2000 and 2001 Premiership reunion for Melton and the Past Players Day and Sponsors Day has drawn a few in. They're all up inside enjoying a beverage, but a very good crowd out at the 3/4 time huddle listening to Aaron Timms at Melton. And what do you think he's had to say, Kyle, at 3/4 time to get his side up after they are 8 points down at 3/4 time?
I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe one of their bigger forwards trying to play sort of a kick-behind play and really try and get rid of the advantage that there is with this breeze. But I also think it would have just been pretty clear, take your opportunity when it comes. We saw that quarter that they kicked straight and look what happens. They're back in the game. So it is going to be a telling stat come siren time.
Yes, they will probably only have themselves to blame after the early parts. 1-8, and then they go and kick 4 straight. But they have got run. They've got some quick players in Borg and the captain in Kite and Cotter whilst he's still out there. Button's been good. These guys Riley Walker runs off half back and gives them a lot. Josh Cooper's been good. If they get the ball inside enough to guys like the two Carter brothers and Clicks, they're a real chance here, the Bloods. I did tip them at the start of the day, but East Point have done everything right thus far with 6:10:46 to 5:8:38. And the last quarter gets underway. In it goes. Ganley's in there for East Point. Just a group of players over that. Cotter's there asking the question for a free kick over Van Meel. Not paid. Up it goes. Indecisive who won that. Comes out to Rodimer Onus. Gets a quick kick inside 50 and finds Whittaker.
Had a quiet first half, but he's really come to the play this second half. Really liked his presence up forward in this third and now early stages of the fourth quarter, Brad.
Yeah, they wouldn't want one here, Melton. They wouldn't want one against them within the first minute of play to take East Point to a 14-point lead if Whittaker can kick it. He lets fly. Goal umpire hasn't moved. They were singing the praise as soon as it left the boot. They knew. And Whittaker has kicked truly and got his first for the day in the last quarter. And that takes them on to 7:10:52. East Point, 5:8:38 Melton. 1 minute gone, last quarter on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
He's just waking up on the scoreboard again there, Kyle.
All on top of it, Brad.
Yeah, yes, I know you are, but old mate in the scoreboard's having a nap. And it's won by Van Meel. Quick hands out from Cotter. Going back towards his teammate there in Button. Spills free. And Phillips picks himself up with Lukic, and we'll have another bounce down in the centre of the ground. Up it goes. Dowdy and Van Meel, who wins that, gets it forward to Ganley. That's Jack. Hurry kick inside 50. Blaring sun now as Jones is wrapped up by Walker. And we've had it all here today. We've been lucky. We've escaped the rain. There's been no rain.
Feels like about 5 degrees though, Brad.
Beautiful day, Kyle. As we'll have another... No, he's picked a free kick out of this and we'll go to Cotter by the looks of it. Cotter, been good all day. I was really worried about an ankle in that third quarter, but the medics have been able to get him up. He'll go short to the outer side. Riley Walker. Umpire tells him to play on. Goes long up the line. Lukic from behind. Walker wins it. The crumb for Melton. Gets a hurry kick up towards a pack. Braden Kite is in there. So is Hanley. Comes out to Cotter. Quick hands out. Hurry kick inside 50. They've moved McIntyre up forward for the Bloods. He gets it out towards Borg. Borg gets back. Just turns them inside out. And then says, I'll do it on my own, but he misses to the left. He's a dangerous player, is Kyle Borg.
He's just so clean, he doesn't panic. The time almost slows down when he's got ball in hand.
Yes, he's a ripper, all right. And they've moved Brett McIntyre forward as Aaron Timms. As East Point bring the ball back into play. Take a mark inside the centre circle is Darlenberg. He's turned that over to Mawson though. Mawson for the Bloods. Goes up the line to Jordan Kite. Has Roberts on the outside and handballs to him. Roberts onto the left foot. Hits it up the line with a beautiful left foot kick. And finds his teammate in Hickey, I think it was, who goes to McIntyre, who takes the mark. Quickly plays on, goes short, sits that up a bit high. But Braden Kite was good enough to take that mark. It was Hickey that got it to McIntyre, and McIntyre to the captain.
Captain's goal if ever they needed one.
Quickly plays on to do the old kick round the corner, and that's why. He's a great captain, great leader, and he just can take a mark or kick a goal when you need it. Does Braden Kite. He gets his first for the day, and they're first for the last quarter. Takes them on to 6-8-38. Melton, or 6-9, sorry. What do we got there? We got 6-9-45. Melton to 7-10-52. We've gone 5 minutes in the last quarter. That is on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
So 7 points, and they're able to kick one against it. That's their first goal up that top end for the day, and that'll give them confidence as Cotter quickly gets a left foot kick out of the middle stoppage. Goes out towards the wing right here in front of the stand. But it's East Point that'll bring the ball forward. Looking for a teammate there, and it was Nesta that got it to Darlenberg. He couldn't take the mark. Goes out over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in, 65 metres around from the East Point goal. And it comes. Dowdy pushes Van Meel out the way, but Van Meel was able to get his hand to the ball. Umpire's pulled a free kick here. Cotter's hurt again. The amount of times he has been hit and hurt today. This time it's an arm. Quickly gives it off to Mawson. Mawson, kick under pressure. Goes up the line but only finds Nesta. Aiden Nesta, centre wing position. Right in front of the stand. Beautiful kick to Lukic, who couldn't hold the mark, but he's able to butter up and pick it up quickly. Goes inside looking for Lovic, gets a bad bounce. Comes out to Dodd, back to Darlenberg. Just a high kick in the air that's not going anywhere. Rodimer Onus is there, he can't collect it. Dodd goes back in after it. Comes back to Dodd, all wrapped up, not going anywhere. We'll have a bounce down. Right on the half-forward flank for the East Point side, early in the last quarter. Won by Van Meel. Umpire says you're not going anywhere. I'll bounce that down. We've got a 7-point game at the moment. Early in the last, East Point, Dowdy. Taken high was Brown, who'll take the free kick on the half-forward flank.
Liked his game.
Like the mullet better as Brown goes high in towards the goal mouth looking for Whittaker. Riley Walker's able to mop that up. Dangerous kick. He set it up and it was able to be chopped off. Very hard to see in that sun, but I reckon it's near impossible to see in that sun. And I reckon it might be Harry Ganley. Keep my eye on him. Sits back and has missed. So East Point kick another behind. In fact, it was Chris Carson who had come down the ground. They'll bring the ball back into play. Riley Walker goes up the middle of the ground. Rodimer Onus can't take the mark. Quick kick out forward for East Point. Goes inside 50. Picked up on the outside there by Button. Gets a hurry kick around his body. Now up the line. Outer wing position. Good mark. Strong mark. To Crofts. Crofts now. Will quickly play on. Sits it up towards outer wing. High ball. Punched from behind by Walsh for East Point. Gets it out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in outer wing. Whoa. Get your sunscreen on there, Kyle?
I don't, but I am struggling to see at the moment. I'm trying to shield as best I can.
In it comes Harry and Mawson. Mawson wins that, but Rodimer Onus is there to mop up. Quick hands out to Harry. Now East Point go up towards centre half forward. High kick inside. Couple of players coming out to meet it. Ooh, look like Riley Walker might have had his opponent high in McDougall. Not paid. Players converge over the ball. We'll have a bounce down. Inside 50, about 45 around. 45 metres around from the East Point goal. Up it goes. Mawson wins the tap. and then does his roving. Hurry kick. Lux of Fortune finds Jack Walker for the Melton side. Jack Walker goes up the line. Good kick and a nice lead. He's been good since half-time as Liam Carter. He's got McIntyre if he wants him. Sits it up probably too high. Ball come through. He's unlucky. Got to the right place and it just went over his head. The boundary throw in about 70 metres around from the Melton goal. This last quarter.
Brad, if the siren goes now, do you give best on ground to ball despite not being on a victorious side?
It's only 8 points and 10 minutes in the last. Yeah, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? As East Point now come away through the agency of Lovick, kicks to a one-on-one. It's comes to the front of the pack. Now, this will just be wrapped up. No, hurry kick out. Hickey's there, tackled by Jones. Right on 50. Someone's down, and it's the Melton play, and I reckon that might be Mawson, is it?
I'm surprised it's not Cotter. It's not Cotter for once. For Ballarat Sports Medicine.
It's very, very difficult to see in that sun. It's not Mawson because he's standing near him. And he's taking his time. The umpires...
Few Melton players look a little concerned.
Well, they would. They definitely would.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
They've had a torrid run, this football club, with injuries this year.
They have, which just means, today they go 5-0. What a gutsy win this one could prove out to be.
It was big Ryan Carter. He's up.
He's up at least, which
is good.
Yeah. All thanks to Ballarat Sports Medicine.
He's up. So they will take him off by the looks of it. And we'll have a bounce down inside 50 for East Point. Umpire just places the ball on the ground. He'll wait till Ryan Carter is off the ground and his replacement is on. I think at this certain time, the replacement is allowed to come on, but they're not.
I think that might only be a blood rule, potentially, is it?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Or are they yelling out?
Common sense should prevail. I mean, Ryan Carter is definitely going off the ground.
Yeah, absolutely, and with the new concussion protocols, he probably needs to... that might even be him done for the day, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, the players come on. So they're onto it now, and it was Cooper, I think, that's coming on. It's again, as I say, it's very difficult to see. Umpire will throw it up inside 50. Mawson to do battle with Harry. Both players miss it, so it'll be a stoppage again. Up it goes. Harry wins that tap. Gets it out wide. Again, we'll have another stoppage by the looks of this. And this will play into East Point's hands. Holding the lead by 8 points, and we've gone 13 minutes. This is all they need, is stoppage after stoppage. Seems a long way home up the other end. Quick tap out from Harry to Johnson. Lovey held, not paid. Then he's tackled with the ball. No prior, we'll have a bounce down. It hasn't travelled too far, Kyle.
It hasn't, and Brad, I want it to because I've got my hand up currently trying to shield so I can see, and my arm's starting to hurt a little bit.
Yes, it does. Harry wins the tap for East Point. Quick kick off the ground. Umpire's pulled the whistle here, and he's paid... It wasn't a kick. It was actually hit, and he's paid a throw against Cotter.
He's not happy either.
He's not.
Remonstrating his case with the umpire.
I'll tell you one thing, that umpire looking into that sun has got brilliant eyesight, because I couldn't see it, as Johnson will have a shot on goal.
We spoke about Kite's captain goal just before. This will be another captain's goal for East Point's point of view.
This will make it very, very hard for Melton if Johnson can slot this one through, and he has. He has. Johnson gets his first for the day. And that will make it quite difficult for Melton now, as that has taken them on to 7-11-53. They lead. No, actually, that scoreboard is wrong. He's gone to sleep again.
It's 8-11-59.
8-11-59 to the East Point side. 6-9-45 Melton. We've gone 14 and a half in the last quarter, thanks to Ballarat Toyota. Lovig wins it running off the back half for Melton. Gets a quick kick inside 50. And
that's Whittaker, I think.
Marking the ball for the Kangaroos is Brad Whittaker.
Been really good this second half. We've already spoken about it. Pretty quiet in the first half, but he's really come to life from being a bit of a handful for the key defenders of the Bloods.
Whittaker. He'll kick from 50. Again, distance down that bottom end isn't a problem. And accuracy for him isn't either. And that, you would think, is all over. As Whittaker gets his second, and that makes it near on impossible.
Yeah, I think that's it, Brad. That's all she wrote. You've had 3 goals now kicked from that end for the entire day, and they're now going to have to kick 4 to win. So I just can't see it happening, unfortunately.
Now, I'm not trusting the scoreboard attendant. I'm pretty sure that is 10-11-71. They lead Melton 6-9-45. 16 minutes gone, last quarter on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Makes it very, very hard now. Ball back in the middle. Up it goes. Harry wins the tap, but it's shanked. And it's Phillips that'll kick it forward for the Melton side. Pack of players crash into it. Lovig been very, very good for East Point today. Gets his kick out towards the wing. It's Ganley. Has Johnson on the outside if he wants him, and he uses him. Then Johnson goes inside. Darlenberg. If that stays in, it has Big McDougall all on his own. He tries to square that kick up, looking for Lukic with quick hands out over the back. Cotter's there, Crofts is there. Crofts now hands to Phillips, back to Crofts, fumbles. He's gang tackled! And I reckon that's going to be incorrect disposal, and it is. And it'll be Lukic, the recipient of the free kick.
Hasn't been a massive day for Matthew Johnson, but he's still had an impact on the game, Brad, purely because every time he touches it, he does something with the ball.
He does. Lukic will shoot for his first for the day.
So we got the young Melton Blood supporters down here saying Chewy on your boot.
The old Chewy on the boot. Lukic comes in. Looks like that might miss to the right. It has. So he still hasn't worried the scoreboard today in majors. Has Lukic. And 21 points now, East Point, as the ball comes back into play.
I think he's paid another throw.
He has. And yeah, you wouldn't want to play cricket here with the sun off the cars and the sun shining in. It is a nightmare. All right, now East Point will come in with a shot on goal. He's got it, and it's Darlenberg for his third of the day. Lucas Darlenberg, 3 goals, been a good player. Whether he's been up around the middle area, forward, he's even run up off back. Been very good players, Lucas Darlenberg, for the East Point side. So we've got 10-12-72 East Point, 6-9-45 Melton. We've gone 17 minutes last quarter. That is on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
We do apologise for those at home as well that might not be able to see. The sun is just glaring straight into our camera lens, unfortunately.
Mawson wins that out of the middle for Melton with a hurried kick towards the forward half, looking for Braden Kite, but Ganley does well. Kicks it off the ground, but that's smothered. Goes back. Phillips, has it chopped off. He's nearly my best on ground is Cam Lovig. Goes forward with a beautiful kick. Great mark to Brad Whittaker. And I might have names wrong because it's very hard to see. Now, Whittaker has gone short to his teammate in Taylor. who in turn has gone inside 50 and found his teammate there. And he's had a good day in Dodd.
He's had a fantastic day, particularly in that second quarter when the game was there to be won.
So Dodd, shoot for his third. Spot, a great spot for the left footer here. We get a good view of this. In he comes, he makes the angle better, but goes towards Pointer Square. Packer players! Nearly an East Point grab right on the edge of the goal square. And that was McDougall. Couldn't hold it. We'll have a bounce down right on the point of the square. This makes defenders nervous here. Up it goes Mawson. Wins that forward. We'll get another stoppage here because that's not coming out. .5 minutes gone in this last quarter. The game's done and won. McDougall gets the tap forward for East Point. Quick hands out. Ooh, could have been in the back to the Melton player, not paid. And we'll have a ball up. In fact, it was Lachlan Walker.
I don't think the Bloods lose too many supporters with this outing, Brad. They've been decimated by injuries, and as we know,
Ball
East Point
comes
is a good
free,
side.
right foot, snap, a goal, and he's got it. He's Taylor. Gets his first for the day. So, Jordan Taylor, he's first, and gets their 11th. 11-12-78, 5-9-45. It's drifted out to a game high of 33 points, 21 and a half minutes gone last quarter. It's on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Mawson in the ruck for Melton. He'll do battle with Harry. Up it goes. Harry wins that. Comes forward. Borg. Wrapped up by Nesta. Then wins the ball. Rodimer Onus. Quick hands out as he falls towards centre half forward. Picked up by Dodd. Right, a left foot snap around the body. Goes high. Needs a good bounce. Doesn't get it. Out of bounds. Left forward pocket. Deep in the last quarter. 22 and a half gone. Boundary throwing. And it comes. Whittaker and Mawson comes forward. Off whose hands is your guess is as good as mine. And another stoppage. Goes forward, signed, quick hands out, but it's sharked by Ganley on the left foot. He's got it. And it's raining goals now, and that was Jack Ganley. And wow, they have just turned it on in the last quarter as East Point. And
really just this last 10 minutes, Brad. It was 8 points, 10 minutes into this quarter.
yeah, 12-84. Lead Melton, 6-9-45. It's dragged out to 7 goals, 23 and a half gone. Last quarter on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling.
Yeah, they've lined up, haven't they? They get 3, 5, 8 different goal kickers now, East Point, and they're lining up in this last quarter as Mawson tackles Harry after the ball up. We'll have another one between the same two. Up it goes. And again, ends up in the hands of Mawson, but he's all wrapped up. We'll have another bounce down, third one. That's what happens when they wrestle. You need someone to get that tap free, and that's what Harry does that time to Walker, but he's tackled. Quick hands out. Rodimer Onus with a hurried kick inside. Finds a teammate right on the arc. High kick towards the goal square. Riley Walker's there for Melton though, and it's going to be easy to defend. He goes short to Cotter. Cotter in turn goes to Borg with a short one. Still inside defensive 50, the Bloods. He plays on, goes onto the left foot. He can kick either foot quite easily. Looks for Liam Carter. Punch to the front to Hanley. He's wrapped up by Johnson. Johnson with quick hands out. Walsh gets a hurried kick. Chopped off by Cotter. Quick hands out towards Walker. Nice little flick out to the outside, but couldn't get the bounce. His teammate, and he's wrapped up. And again, we'll have another bounce down. It's 60 around from the East Point goal. Late in the last quarter in your Ballarat Toyota match of the day. Up it goes. Mawson probably won that, but it's come forward and it's picked up by Nesta. I reckon that was touched off the boot. Doesn't matter. Missed to the right. And a behind to Aiden Nesta. It's been good today as well.
It's all of a sudden blown out to 40 points, Brad.
It's unfortunate, isn't it? Because Melton have been better than that. Kick in, out of side. Now they're up on the wing. And it's Jordan Kite. Quickly plays on. Oh, handballs to Riley Walker, and he's done a hamstring. He has gone over the boundary line with a hamstring, Riley Walker. I'm certain of it. And now tackled high, the Melton player. Yes, the umpire says it is. And we'll have a free kick.
Just keeping an eye on it. Might just be cramp.
I hope it is for his sake.
Yeah, I think it's just a real bad cramp. Got the trainer trying to get it out now.
Now Melton go forward up towards 50 looking for Carter. He wins it. Then he's tackled. Quick handball to the outside. Carson's there. Lovig's there. Gives it off to Rodimer Onus. Takes him on. Draws away from Mawson. Finds a teammate out of side. And they'll just control the footy. It's deep in the last quarter. They obviously won't lose from here. Again, Taylor, long kick out to the outer wing. Finds a teammate. Now they're away. High kick from Darlenberg. Goes inside 50. Great mark under extreme pressure, Chris Carson. Quickly gives the handball off to Lukic. Has a shot at goal. And he's missed again to the right. There's another kicking boots on today, Lukic. I reckon he's got about 3 or 4 behinds as they bring the ball back into play. Out of side, back pocket.
He's not alone on that front though, Brad.
He's not, as Roberts from Melton goes up looking for Crofts, but I reckon that's carried out over the boundary line. It has on the full. So East Point come in board now to Dodd, who's had a good game. Dodd, he's going to have a shot at this. He's kicked 2 on the left foot, sits it up. Just goes for the edge of the square. Packer players fly. And we'll get a stoppage. About 15 out, 20 out from the East Point goal as Lovig picks himself up. A lot of players around this. Van Meel pushes Mawson out of the way. Kicked off the ground by Thornton, but misses to the right. Just a lot of behinds now late in this last quarter out here at McPherson Park, and they're home, the Kangaroos. 42 points in front, 7 goals as Harry chops that off with a fist back, ends up with in the hands of Ganley, gets a high kick up towards the Packer players, comes out to Thornton, quick hands off, gets it back, quick snap at goal by Johnson on the right leg. What a goal! The captain, Matty Johnson, gets his second for the day. Thornton was really good then, and Walsh, and they kept at it, and he was able to kick his second, Matty Johnson, and that takes East Point onto 13-15-93. Melton, 6-9-45. We've gone 29 minutes last quarter. That's on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling.
We say he hasn't had much of an impact, Brad, but he's probably still had his 20 touches and kicked 2 goals, which, you know, he's almost best on ground now.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. As Suda brings the ball out of the middle, finds his teammate there in Hickey. Hickey on the left foot goes inside. Carter, quick hands out to Kite, his captain. Back to Hickey. Hickey gets one against the Tide. And he's kicked his second for the day. And just against the Tide, they were able to, they'd stick at it, and they were able to get one late in the quarter. So that takes them on to 7-9, 51, 13, 15, 93 East Point. Nearly 30 minutes gone on your Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
He's tried hard all day, Hickey. Kicked a couple of goals, been creative on the outside. Just probably when you think about it, East Point across the board have just had a few players that have just been able to contribute a little bit more.
Up it goes in the middle. Harry and Mawson. Mawson wins that. Goes to ground. Taylor's wrapped up by Mawson and Suter. And we'll have another bounce. Been another one that's been good today for East Point is Jordan Taylor. Up it goes. Mawson wins that. Harry gets it to the outside. Quick hands out to Taylor. Taylor now goes up towards half forward. Cotter's there in front of Ganley. Gets the hands out. Been good. Quick hands out to the outside to Borg, who was sung praises all day. Got it from Phillips and now finds Walker. Goes inboard to back to Phillips. Big-bodied midfielder. Will go across towards half-back. Short kick going back. They're just controlling the ball, and Suter has it in hands. Suter now goes wider. Good skills. Finds a teammate in Hickey who kicked that last goal. Goes inside now. Geez, he's covered some ground. Borg, hasn't he? He's just back here in the back pocket or half-back flank. Winning the ball, and he's taking a mark inside 50.
I was just watching him there, Brad. He just took off his work rate at this time of the game. We're nearly 32 minutes into the last quarter. So good signs from a young man.
Good mark on the outer side on the kick into Brad Whitaker in front of Crofts. Right in front of the East Point, the Melton coach's box. Whitaker will go short, but he's kicked that straight to Roberts of Melton in front of Lukic. Roberts now with a high kick looking for Liam Carter. Walsh backs back, couldn't take the mark. Jordan Kite's there, gets it to Liam Carter. Hands back out to Braden Kite. Under enormous pressure, able to get it to Mawson. Mawson with a right foot snap at goal towards the edge of the goal square looking for Borg. Comes out to Hayes for East Point. Hayes relieving kick, dropped. What he should have taken was Lukic. Rodema Onus able to mop up though. He'll come across looking for Ganley and Johnson. What a mark.
Just about sealed the 3 votes, I reckon, Johnson.
Johnson gives it off to Ganley.
Been huge in this last quarter.
Comes back to Lovig, and Johnson's hurt himself. I reckon he's winded himself when he landed from that mark. He's not well. As Lovig goes up towards half forward looking for McDougall. Bounce beats him. At the back is Lukic. Cotter, beautifully done to McIntyre. Lowers the eyes to Suter. And there's the siren. Full time here at McPherson Park. And it's ended up 8-10. 7-10. We just cannot see that scoreboard. 7-10, 52 Melton. 13-15, 93 East Point. That went 33 minutes that last quarter. They've run out 41-point winners, the East Point Kangaroos. We might take a quick break and we'll come back with all the goal kickers, our best for the day and around the ground scores.
You don't give in. You don't give up. You push on when most would have pushed off. You lend a hand, whether a hand was asked for or not. It's called Aussie Spirit for good reason, because it takes spirit to get through times like these. Lucky you've got it in spades. It's what inspires us to be by your side to help. Together we'll get through this. We always do. Search Toyota, here to help.
After a long, hard day, nothing beats a long, cold brewery fresh Carlton Draft.
Pour it long, pour it cold, pour it Carlton, pour it gold. The real taste of real draft beer. Pour it long, pour it cold, pour it Carlton.
Celebrate.
Welcome back to McPherson Park, where we saw East Point 13-15-93 run-out winners by 41 points over Melton, 7-10-53. Goal kickers for East Point, 3 to Darlenberg, 2 each to Dodd, Johnson and Whittaker, and singles to Lovig, Jack Ganley and Brown and Taylor. For Melton, we had 2 goals to Liam Carter, 2 to Hickey, and singles to Braden Kite, Clicks and Borg. Around the grounds for the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League Round 5, Ballarat 15-14-104, Darley 11-6-72, Lake Wendouree 4-10-34, Sebastopol back on the winning list, 16-10-106, big winners by 12 goals in the end. The Borough, Redan, 1 goal, 12-18, have lost to Bacchus Smash, 10-13-73. Sunbury, 4-10-34, went down to North Ballarat, 11-14-80, and that will make the ladder quite interesting with Melton going down today. They've picked up some percentage, North Ballarat, in that 46-point win, and Melton have gone down by 42. So North Ballarat will be on the same amount of points as Melton. They'll be equal on top on points, and I'm not as good enough a mathematician, Kyle, to work out that percentage, but North Ballarat could be sitting on top at 5 o'clock tonight.
They could, and just on that, Brad, you might not be great at English either, trying to spit that one out.
You're right.
Back to school for yourself. Fantastic for North Ballarat, and as I said, just in that last quarter, the margin probably blew out in the end from a Melton point of view, but they toiled hard all day. I think they'd kicked 8 behinds by the time they'd finally kicked their first goal. They finished the game with 7-10. You change that around to 10-7, and it makes a hell of a difference because they get a bit more momentum. And look, East Point still had a lot more scoring shots and all the rest of it, but they really did just put them to the sword in that last quarter. The game was probably a lot closer than what this final score suggests.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I said on Beyond the Boundary yesterday that Melton South could go inside the top 6 with the bye. If Bacchus Marsh and East Point both lost, they could go inside. Bacchus Marsh and East Point won, but Lake Wendouree lost, and their percentage was not as good as Melton South. Melton South will go inside the 6, and Lake Wendouree will come out. That's enormous for Melton South. 2 on the trot, first time in 9 years, and they find themselves inside the 6 at round 5, which we wouldn't have thought at the start of the year.
No, we wouldn't have, and we probably wouldn't have thought Darley would have been sitting at the bottom at this stage of the season. It really just shows that what a fantastic and even competition the Ballarat Football Netball League is. There is no cellar dwellers this year. There are any team can win on any given day, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, Sebastopol might have a say in that and might just pip Melton South on percentage because Sebastopol had a very big win by 72 points, so they might end up inside. That was an enormous win for Sebastopol over Lake Wendouree at Lake Wendouree by 72 points. Hey, our votes for today, Kyle. You can go first, if you like.
I'll go first. So after saying I thought he was a bit quiet, he really turned it on when it mattered in the last quarter there. Thought that Matty Johnson, the skipper from East Point, was fantastic. As the game went on and as things got tight, he just grew, and that's what good players do. They stand up when it counts. So 1 vote to Johnson. My 2 votes goes to young Kyle Borg. I think he was Melton's best by a country mile. His work rate, just watching him work off the ball, I'm not sure how old he is. We said that he is on.
He's only 18.
He's only 18, so he's on the Western Jets list. We spoke about it in the call. If I'm a VFL club, I'm knocking on the door and saying, hey, let's get this kid down, at least training with us, and to see what he can do, because I know at the moment there's a bit of a break with the NAB League boys. So it's a perfect opportunity for someone like that, because he really did show attributes of a player that's played beyond his years, but probably going forward he might just be a little bit too good for country football, and he might be able to show his class on a higher level stage.
Yep, and your 3?
And my 3 votes, couldn't go past Lovig off the half-back line all day. Said in the call in that last quarter. Kicked a goal as well, pushed up, created a lot of play on the outside, spent a bit of time in close in the midfield as well. I'm not sure whether he went into the midfield as such, but I think he followed up his half-forward opponent into the stoppages and was able to get his hands on the footy around the stoppage. And at the end of the day, I think he was probably the difference between the two sides.
Yeah, I went 1 vote Kyle Borg for what you just said, actually. He's a little fella that just keeps going and going and going. His gut running and his work rate, second to none. And his disposal by either foot hits targets all the time and puts his teammates in better positions. I thought he was very good. I thought Matty Johnson really toiled hard in the middle all day for East Point. I've given him 2 votes. And I've gone Cam Lovig as well for the best on ground. I just thought he was the one for 4 quarters. A lot of other players were good for 1 and 2 and 3 quarters. Cotter petered out a little bit after half time, did an ankle in the 3rd quarter, but come back on courageously and toiled and worked hard. But I just thought Cam Lovig from the very first quarter was on top of his game and give him a lot of drive. And as you say, he's run off half back and he's kicked a goal. He was very, very good. The last quarter, East Point have kicked 7 goals 5 to 2 goals 2. So Melton still against it have ended up kicking 2 up that top end in the last quarter, which was commendable. The shocking injury list. They got more casualties again today. They all look like they'll probably come up and they'll be okay for next week, because they'll need to be too, because they have, even though they're at home again, they have Redan next week, who are going to be seething after a 1-goal game.
Well, as we just spoke about, Brad, I don't think you can look too far ahead this year with the fixture and pencil any game in as a definite win. So, yes, they've got a good side in Redan next week, but every game, you take it 1 week at a time, the old cliche. But, as I said, Melton don't lose any supporters out of this game. They're depleted by injuries. They toiled hard. They just couldn't capitalise, and maybe that class that they were missing from some of those key injuries to key players, maybe that's the difference. I'm not sure. But, yeah, East Point definitely deserved victory today, and, we just outclassed them and outworked them for longer, I think, which makes a big difference.
I just think next week's game for the call makes it very interesting, you would say, with what Bacchus Smash is doing, and they've gone and touched up by 55 points. They've touched up Redan today, but they get the bye next week. I would have thought they knocked off East Point last week, Bacchus Smash. They knocked off Redan today. We probably would have called Bacchus Smash next week. They get the bye. So the games next week, Darley at home to Sebastopol, East Point at home to North Ballarat, Lake Wendouree at home to Melton South, Melton here at McPherson Park to Redan, and Sunbury are at home to Ballarat. So the choice and the decision will be made during the week by the Ballarat Football Netball League where we go next week for the live stream game. I look forward to it. It's been a great game out here at this magnificent complex here at McPherson Park. In the end, East Point have travelled down the highway and got the chocolates. 13-15, 93 East Point, taking on the undefeated Melton and winning 7-10-52. On behalf of Brock Wilson on camera, Kyle Pover in special comments, this is Brad Sinclair, and thanks for joining us, and we look forward to your company next week in round 6 of McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League.
After a long, hard day, nothing beats a long, cold brewery fresh Carlton draft.
For it long.